Hello and welcome in for another edition of Black Bears Hockey here at home inside the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. Brooks Hill and my partner Cole Parenti will join us in just a second, getting you ready here on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show for the annual Country Night for the third straight year. We got a lot of guys with some Western backgrounds on the team this season, and what better way to celebrate their passions and hobbies outside of hockey than have a good old-fashioned country night. We got a lot of players dressed up in their best cowboy get-ups as they made their way into the arena, so make sure you're following the Black Bears across all their social media handles to see those pictures. Thank you to Bill and Nancy from Just Sports Photography for once again doing an outstanding job with our little makeshift photo shoot. I myself tonight honoring the late Johnny Cash with the all-black get-up, as some of the other Black Bears players are. In fact, me and Coach Sherwood, great minds think alike, and so do ours as well, rocking the same attire tonight. That was unplanned, of course. As I welcome in my partner, Cole Parenti. Cole, the Black Bears took care of business last time out as they scored 3 goals in the third period to get past the Carolina Thunderbirds.
Yeah, it was a slow start out of the gate. They let Carolina get the first goal in both games of the series, but they showed no quit in game 1, and then they showed absolute fight in game 2 to claw back, and eventually Brendan Stanko, with a redirect from Mathieu Boilard, gave them the lead. I talked to Stanko after the game. I said, how did you get a piece of that? He used every bit, right? He goes, yeah, I didn't even see it go in. I just saw that the goalie didn't have it, and I threw my hands in the air and celebrated.
That is the voice of Cole Parenti. Black Bears pick up 3 points last time out, and now they have a home game tonight and on the road in Watertown tomorrow night, looking to grab some much-needed points in the Empire Division. These points mean matter than what they do against Carolina when it comes down to it in the standings. These are now 6-point games coming up against these New York State rivals. We're going to take a timeout, come back with the Tully's Coaches Corner. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Binghamton Black Bears are back in action on Wednesday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. It's a special Thanksgiving Eve game, perfect for the entire family. Grab those tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's good beer. Good things. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Looking for a strong performance from the Black Bears tonight here at home. Last time these two teams faced off, Elmira got the better of them in overtime. A late shorthanded goal gave the River Sharks the lead, but Nikita Ivashian did score on the power play to tie it up and make sure the Black Bears did not go home empty-handed. Coming into tonight's game, the River Sharks 3-3-0 with 7 points. They sit in 4th place in the Empire Division. Binghamton 6-0-3, still undefeated after 60 minutes with 21 points. They sit in 1st place, 2 ahead of 2nd in form of the Motor City Rockers. As the crowd starts to fill in here, as pregame warm-ups have concluded here tonight, a little bit of rain coming into the southern tier tonight this afternoon as the players were arriving, trying to put a little bit of damper on the Black Bears parade here tonight. But we press on as you listen into the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental makes your smile their priority. Schedule an appointment by calling them at 607-545-4148 today. Now time for the Tully's Coaches Corner. I had a chance to sit down with head coach Brant Sherwood ahead of tonight's game. Talked about Kenny Loggins a little bit, the gambler. If you know, you know. And we also talked about what Gavin Yates brought back to the lineup last week after missing the first couple of games this season. So sit back and enjoy this pregame interview with head coach Brant Sherwood inside the Tully's Coaches Corner. Now joined by Black Bears head coach Brant Sherwood, and coach coming off an emotional high of last weekend You guys take care of business on Saturday night against the Carolina Thunderbirds. Grab 4 out of the available 6 points in a cross-division matchup. But now you turn back to the Empire this week. First game with Elmira and tomorrow night with Watertown. But I haven't seen these Sharks in some time now. What have you learned over the last couple of days about the way that Elmira's been playing as of recently?
Honestly, I'm not too impressed with their play, but that you just can't really take any teams lightly. It's going to be competitive every night, and I really think Elmira brings their A game when they come to play us or we go to play them. It's there's a lot of players that came from here that end up in Elmira, so it's a passionate, emotional game, and we're going to expect their best effort.
Gavin Yates played his first 2 games last week with the club since returning from the SPHL. What impressed you about his game as he was able to score twice and one each time on the power play?
We all know it with Gavin. He can really navigate through a neutral zone, and he can gain zones, carry the puck from the D zone all the way to the O zone, and kind of get us set up. So that's his best attribute, in my opinion. But his shot, I think, got a little harder, so I was pretty impressed with that. So I would like to see him keep shooting the puck and a little bit more frequently.
And finally, you're turning back to Connor McAnanamaw tonight in between the pipes. McAnanamaw seems to be on the short end of the stick on the stat sheet, unfortunately. 2 games played and 2 shutout losses. How do you temper a goalie's emotion like that, going the whole 65 minutes and then 3 rounds in a shootout and turning back to him tonight?
Well, let's just not go to a shootout tonight, and then I think we'll be all right. It's not like those losses are not on him. A shootout is a complete gamble. It's you could flip a coin to decide who's going to win that. But truly, I thought he's been good between the pipes, especially his first game going into Danbury. That's a tough barn to play in. And even last week, he did great against one of the top teams in the league. So he has not had an easy task, and the fact that he has to face breakaways at the end of the game in each of his starts makes it even more difficult. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do against Elmira tonight.
All right, a little ode to Kenny Loggins, the gambler, right there from Coach Sherwood. And we're talking to you ahead of tomorrow's game against Watertown. Good luck tonight, Coach, and thank you for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, Brooksy. Appreciate it.
That's the voice of head coach Brant Sherwood. More coming up after these messages.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
House has gone dark here inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena as the team gets ready to make their way out of the tunnel. We want to thank you for tuning in to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental makes your schedule their priority. Now time to get to tonight's injuries and scratches for the Black Bears, Cole, and quite a short list here today. Not too many people out of the lineup, as it looks like just 1 forward and 1 defenseman not suited up.
Yep, Dustin Gesso is a healthy scratch tonight, and Mathieu Boilard is out with a lower body injury, where the third goalie tonight is Sam Lavecchi. We know Sam is still recovering from that injury he sustained at practice, but no power loss, I should say, Brooks. All 3 of these goalies, Sam Lavecchi, Connor McAnanamaw, who we'll see tonight, and Nolan Egbert, give you the best chance to win. It's just who Coach Sherwood flips a coin on. He could throw a dart at a dartboard, and I think he'd be good to go with his goalies.
Yeah, if I have my days added up correctly, Sam Lavecchi should be coming off the IR Monday morning for the Black Bears, and hopefully seeing him back out on the ice in the near future for the Black and Green. Those are the injuries and scratches brought to you by our friends over at the Court Gesture Athletic Club, Binghamton's premier fitness facility. As the lights start to come out, teams making their way to the door. Got a special return guest for the national anthem tonight. Well, we have the opportunity before Frank takes over on the PA, letting everybody know that Jaden Badger, the young gun from the Civil Air Patrol, singing the national anthem tonight, as his friends from the Civil Air Patrol will also be presenting the colors for the honorary honor guard. Let's go ahead and send it down to PA announcer Frank Perney and Pete the DJ for tonight's starting lineups for the Binghamton Black Bears.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the ANC Heating and Air Conditioning starting lineup of your Binghamton Black Bears. And it's country night. At forward, number 4, Thomas Ray. At forward, number 18, Andrew Logar. For number 81, Josh Fletcher. On defense, number 16, Liam Anderson. On defense, number 77, Jesse Anderson. And starting in goal, number 72, Connor McNamara.
Those are the starting lineups presented by our friends over at ANC. Third line tonight of Josh Fletcher, Andrew Logar, and Thomas Ray. Up front, Jesse Anderson and Liam Anderson on the back end, and Connor McNamara in between the pipes in the blue paint.
Yeah, kind of a Frankenstein line to say starting Brooks. Haven't seen much of Logar, Fletcher, and Ray together. And Coach Sherwood must have liked what he saw last week between the Anderson line. JT Walters draws back into the lineup, and he'll be slotted in Matt Shoeboy-Lar's usual spot next to Dan Weber. And Jesse Anderson flips hands and goes to the left side.
All right, time to throw it down to the Civil Air Patrol, who's presenting the colors, and Jaden Badger singing the national anthem tonight. We want to thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Triple Cities Family Dental Pregame Show, everybody.
Cadet Squadron from Binghamton, New York. And now, to honor our country with the performance of the national anthem, please welcome Binghamton resident, 14-year-old Civil Air Patrol Cadet, Chief Master Sergeant Jaden Badger. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free
Chief Master Sergeant from the Civil Air Patrol. doing his rendition of the national anthem. I could not sing or talk like that at age 14, so Jaden has a very bright future ahead of him. Looks like the only thing left to do here, Cole, is drop the puck and get this game started. Set for at least 60 minutes of fun and exciting FPHL hockey here tonight.
Yep, and it'll be interesting to watch the Elmira River Sharks in this one. This is their first road game since opening night here against the Binghamton Black Bears. They've been getting used to some home cooking up in First Arena, so we'll see how the road team responds to the first time with the bus trip in a few weeks.
Time for the Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup. You see on the left Spencer Kozlowski, 3-2-0 on the year with a316 goals against average and a save percentage of .917. Does have one shutout to his name. Facing off with the Black Bears, Connor McAnanama, 0-2 on the year. Only 2 shutout losses in his only appearances. A goals against average of .282 in regulation time and a save percentage of .875. That's your Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company goaltending matchup. And now it looks like we're ready to go. The Black Bears will have first possession and first touches of tonight's game. As Cole talked about in the open, interesting to see how this line of Ray, Logar, and Fletcher will play here tonight. A lot of these guys are normally in the rotation in that third line or the extra forward or a healthy scratch as well. So good to see all 3 of them on the ice at the same time. And Tommy Ray lays a hit at the end of that play on Stephen Ford. As it thrown back into the Binghamton end. And now the Cowboy on country night, Connor Smith. He's going to get on a one-man forechecking crew here, wait for his teammates and Stanko and Ivashkin to join the rush, but Elmira safely does clear the puck out into the neutral zone. No quarter given at the line by the Black Bears defense, and now Ivashkin coming back the other way, takes a nice hit from Rasmus Ass, former product of the Delaware Thunder, as he sealed off Ivashkin against the half wall. Gullo trying to catch up to it, skate to stick, centering it, knocked up high into the air, but calmly onto the tape of Smith. Stretch pass over for Ivashkin. He's on sides, trying to dance around a defender. That's Kuna Jackson. Ivashkin takes a hit, and the end of that play, and Elmira will deposit it back into the Binghamton end.
A little bit of a different Elmira team, Brooks. They've had some additions between Houston Wilson, who you see on the ice tonight, and they recently acquired Kyle Powell. He is inactive tonight.
Yep, Houston Wilson played a game in the ECHL last season. As this puck is off sides, as Walters could not hold it in. They say football is a game of inches, but hockey might be a game of centimeters. That puck just barely got over the blue line right there. As Cole mentioned, a couple of transactions for both teams. As Kyle Powell listed as inactive. A lot of people thinking this would be his return to Binghamton here tonight. They also bring back Gino D'Angelo. And right now, D'Angelo on the ice, dressed in white for the Elmira River Sharks. He will be playing defense tonight, wearing number 95 in white and red.
Yeah, they've slotted Gino into defense every game of the season so far. So away from his forward playing days like we saw here in the 607.
Kirkby will glove that one out in the neutral zone, touched by Elmira to keep the pace of play moving on here. 2 minutes gone in this one as Weber takes a front check on the way through by assistant captain Luke Richards. As a high stick is called on the touch of the puck. This will bring it back into the Binghamton defensive zone, and Connor McAnanama will get an opportunity to see the puck for the first time tonight. Elmira offensive zone faceoff to the goalie's right.
Yeah, Coach Sherwood making the move to go with Connor McAnanama tonight. Nolan Egbert got the start last time up in First Arena, and he looked strong, but it seemed like Elmira had figured out a way to score against him going top shelf. So we'll see if Connor McAnanama can fare better than Egbert.
Getting our first real look at the Kirkby line, flanked by Yates and Thompson here tonight. Gavin Yates, 2 games played for the Black Bears. He has 2, and the penalties coming up as high sticking is the call. Gavin Yates will be the guilty party. And the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill will be getting their first opportunity here tonight.
Scary music plays as Fletcher, Anderson, and Somero, who is back, Brooks, will be the first penalty kill out as Yates makes his way to the box.
So Gavin Yates guilty of a minor for high sticking. Rather 2 than 4 as the trail linesman here had a false start call. Fletcher trying to get tied up with Houston Wilson. Puck makes its way to the half board, and Wilson will maintain control, get it behind the net.
You know, Brooks, interestingly, on Cowboy Night, I even saw one of the referees today show up in a cowboy hat.
Well, there you go.
Even they get into the spirit. They can be fun, too. They're not fun when they're on the ice, but they can be fun.
Speaking of tonight's officials, referees Adam Fish and Chris Hoy with the orange stripes. Linesmen are Michael Imperio and Nick Sharipik. My apologies to the Sharipik family if I butchered that last name. 3 out of the 4 officials making their first appearance at Vision Veterans Memorial Arena this season. Michael Imperio, well known throughout the building here, as Elmira can't really get their power play set up, as an errant pass leads Binghamton be able to clear it down the length of the ice. Big shout out to our friends Josh and EJ down in the control room. You can see that power play at the end of the scoreboard at the top left corner of your screen. Exactly know how much time's left.
They're so good at what they do, Brooks.
Yeah, halfway through this penalty kill, Logar and Kirkby, the forwards, and Kirkby will call for a line change, get Austin Thompson with fresh legs out there. Bond and Stone, 2 members of the Adrian College Bulldogs out there for the Black Bears. As it's thrown right back out again, Elmira really can't seem to get situated here on this man advantage.
Well, this isn't a high-scoring Elmira team. They have games where they can score 4, but they'll also have games where they lay an egg and only score 1. Most of their goal leaders only have 3 goals.
Bowman does get this puck safely across the blue line and into the far corner, top right side of your screen. The captain, Soilus, who had the last goal in this series, who was the overtime winner in Elmira, gets the puck back up to the point through traffic, went off a stick, I believe Dan Stone, and into the corner. 10 seconds up in the penalty, and Gavin Yates starts to get his gloves back on, starts to make his way back up top, looks over to the bench and gets instruction from Sherwood. Richards down over from the point, one-timer off everything, and Gavin Yates has returned back to 5-on-5. Binghamton kills it off. Vartiainen, the former Port Huron Prowler, held it in temporarily, but Ass will just throw it back in, and he's going to have to be the forechecker now as a defenseman, as everybody for Elmira went off for a line change.
Yeah, Rasmus Asp is now reunited with his former Delaware teammate Houston Wilson, as you see Ivashkin with a nifty move coming up the wing.
Trying to cut it in between the dots, and instead had it roll off of his tape. Elmira throws it safely back out into the neutral zone.
Nikita's got to be careful to not get too fancy and lose that puck when he has a good offensive chance coming.
Dan Weber pestered in his own end, leads to a turnover, and Gullo, the captain of last year's Mammoth squad, took it away for a split second, but now Binghamton gets it across the red line and now blue. Stanko throws on the brakes at the top of the face-off circle. Up to the point for Smith. Wrister off the leg pad of Kozlowski, his best save of the early night so far. 5 minutes gone here in Binghamton. Thrown back out into the neutral zone. Weber touches up. Binghamton's on sides, and he will fling it in on the backhand to the opposite corner.
Interestingly, Brooks, Elmira still without a shot, even with a power play. Binghamton leads them in that category 3-0.
Imperio washes away the icing call from the linesman, and Stanko blows a tire right in front of the penalty box, but Binghamton does get the puck in the zone. Still tied up with the linesman up at the blue line. This might work out for Binghamton if they can get the numbers to it. Yates on the forehand, holds it in, but intercepted beautifully by one of the new acquirees for this Elmira squad. That's 78 and white, Darius Davidson, in and out of the SPHL. Spent some time with the Delaware Thunder, Evansville Thunderbolts, I believe the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs as well. A couple of games played here and there. He turns it over right there to Liam Anderson, as Kirby will just wrap it in around the boards. Elmira still searching for their first shot of the night. Binghamton with 3 up on the board so far. Not as much room in the neutral zone as there was last time these two teams played, Cole.
Yeah, it was definitely a much more open game. We saw rushes going back and forth. So it seems like both defenses are trying to collapse before anyone can get to the dots.
Yates pulls it from behind his own net off the stick of Dan Stone. He draws a double team in between the legs. Pass from Thompson's on sides for Kirkby. Does get it in down low, but Jackson separates him from the puck. Back up for Bond at the blue line, waiting for it, trying to get around to Elmira defender. Davidson does a good job of blocking that one. Makes its way down near the goal line where Gavin Yates starts the cycle for the Black Bears.
This line also has a bit of a new look now with Mac Lewis up with the Birmingham Bulls and a PTO up in the SB. So we'll see how these three can gel.
Stone's wrister thrown in from the blue line and absorbed. And a couple of tempers flare, but looks like the linesman will intervene before anything will come of it. Binghamton kills off the game's first penalty. We're still searching for the game's first goal, though. We'll be right back after these messages right here on the Black Bears YouTube channel.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Welcome back in. Still searching for the game's first goal here on the Black Bears YouTube network. Brooks Hill, Cole Parenti. On the call is Fletcher. Turnaround shot off the face-off. Kozlowski didn't know it was right on the outside of his pad. Neat play right there from 81 in black. Win the face-off to yourself and just throw it to the net.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Josh Fletcher. We've seen him in bits and pieces, so this is his first real chance getting on the third line here. We'll see what him, Logar, and Ray can find chemistry-wise.
And now Houston Wilson, as Cole mentioned, former member of the Delaware Thunder, played his first game and had 2 goals for the River Sharks. Last week against the Danbury Hat-Tricks, it was Military Appreciation Night in Elmira. As that puck is almost turned over, and McAnanima on top of his game comes out, and that puck is thrown into the crowd. And it looks like they're going to send someone to the penalty box here. And it looks like Binghamton right back to the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill.
Yeah, from the looks here, Brooks, it looked like that didn't touch glass, so delay of game is one of the worst penalties. All penalties are bad, but when you take a delay of game, it's just, you feel quite bad about yourself. So Josh Fletcher will be relying on his PK to see if they can keep Elmira off the not only scoreboard, but shot board. Let's hear some more country music.
Binghamton wins the face-off, and Walters throws it down the length of the ice, and Binghamton has done a good job controlling the face-off dot early in this season. I get the unofficial stats from the off-ice officials after the game about how the face-off control is going, and Tyson Kirkby is doing a pretty good job. Wilson's shot denied by McAnanima. There's the first shot of the game for Elmira, and now Binghamton comes the other way shorthanded. Justin Somero signed this morning back with the Black Bears. His stick breaks in half, and he's going to go get a new one over from the bench, rather go off for a line change. Penalty is coming up.
Looks like they're going to tab Somero here.
And McAnanima holds on to that loose puck.
Yep, they're going to tab Somero here with the cross check. He got both arms extended, snapped the stick for good measure, and he will take a seat right next to Josh Fletcher. So the 5-on-3 will get some work. It'll be Stanko, Walters, and Weber.
Well, I love Elvis as much as the next guy, but the jailhouse is rocking for the Black Bears right there as it's beginning to fill up. As now Justin Somero sits down with Fletcher, and it's a 5-on-3 for 1:18.
How long have you been waiting to use that one, Brooks?
About 20 minutes.
Oh, sure.
Elmira does win the face-off. Austin Pickford stopping and starting, has it over. McAnanima made the save. Loose puck in the blue paint and swallowed up by the Black Bears goaltender.
Yep, not much on the way of Connor McAnanima until these 2 penalties, but so far so good, standing tall in his crease. He's a big goaltender, McAnanima, so we'll see if the Elmira River Sharks attack him like they attack Nolan Egbert, or if they have a different report.
Wilson was always good with the Thunder and face-offs. He wins that one, and Pickford throws a shot. Kick save made by McAnanima. Pickford loads the cannon in and out of the glove of McAnanima, and now Weber will be able to throw it, but it makes its way into the Black Bears bench.
I think it hit Kirkby.
It might have. So this does come back into the Binghamton end. And another face-off coming up for the Black Bears.
Well, nothing the CPR nets could do about that, Brooks, as it came right into the board. You get a look at Dan Weber sitting next to his partner for the night, JT Walters, with Mathieu Boilard out. So a little chemistry needed for those two. Chemistry, I think, is going to be the big word of the night tonight, Brooks, with the lines getting jumbled.
Yeah, and Tyson Kirkby does a good job right there, making sure that that stoppage doesn't come back to hurt the Black Bears as he wins that face-off and just muscles it out of the zone himself.
Well,
Go ahead, Cole.
Sorry. Well, the face-offs are going to be tested tonight, especially with no Dustin Gesso. We know he's the strongest in the circles for the Black Bears, so the slack's going to need to be picked up by especially Josh Fletcher, who fills in his spot.
Well, Nick Gullo lost his edge on the half wall, and Binghamton was able to get over to a loose puck and slap it down the length of the ice. And stretch pass, Dan Stone caught from behind, but does recover beautifully on the back check, taking it away from an Elmira player. And then does one better, gets the puck out of the zone himself. 9 seconds left to go for Josh Fletcher, 5-on-3. And then Binghamton still has about 40 seconds left to kill, 5-on-4.
Well, here we go, 5-on-4, 43 seconds, as you said, Brooks, before Somero returns. It's the Black Bears strong on their second chance on the PK so far.
Fletcher and Thompson, the two forwards out there right now. Elmira with 5 shots now on goal, as the game's first 5 belong to the Black Bears.
Yeah, the Black Bears penalty kill has definitely been strong, but it's been mostly on the goaltenders making the big saves when they need them. And here you see it come across. Fletcher jumping right into the play off the box. That'll clear down, and the Black Bears look like they've killed this one off, Brooks.
Final push for Elmira here as Soilis comes in, a wrist shot that is fluttered on net for McAnanama, who steered into the corner. Somero's coming out of the box. Kirkby here's the stick tap, and a 2-on-1 for the Black Bears if they can hurry. Logar and Somero dropping it back for Bond, just wide on the one-timer.
Well, great jump by Dakota Bond to get into the play and really make himself an option for Justin Somero. We thought he was going to go back to Josh Fletcher, but instead goes cross ice and finds Bond all alone. Just went a little too wide with the shot.
Dakota Bond searching for his first goal as a Black Bear. Did record a point last week in his Binghamton debut. Spent some time up in the SPHL to begin the season, as Pickford has a wrister that's kicked into the glove of McAnanama. Takes us to immediate timeout with 8:55 left to go. Still searching for the game's first goal, but the good news, Binghamton has killed off 3 straight Elmira power plays. Back with you after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Welcome back in. Still 0-0 if you're a Premier League fan. Binghamton controlling special teams so far. They go 3 for 3 on the penalty kill.
And that'll get you some momentum early on to fire up the boys when you kill off 3 straight penalties.
Weber now off the boards trying to find Ivashkin on the stretch pass. Instead, Stanko collects the loose change, trying to drop it back for the Russian. Stanko peppered from behind a little bit. Crowd wanted a call there, none provided from the officials. And Elmira will skate the other way. Martin Mucha throwing it across for Kona Jackson. He had his pass hop over the teammate's stick. And now finally Stanko settles it down after it was going in over end. Off the glove of Jackson, Ivashkin now can drop it back for Smith. Toe drag, Smith wide open to Ivashkin, and it hopped over his stick. Smith slapper, a little bit of a disappointment shot there from 26. Never made it towards the net, and now Wilson throws it on target, and McAnanama settles it down just from outside the blue line. Take a look at this Heinz Energy replay here. Beautiful move by Smith. Had a yawning net, and maybe an Elmira defenseman got their stick in the way there. Good work by our video crew here. This angle will surely tell.
Well, it's a great play by Connor Smith, but it's a fine Ivashkin, but it's one pass too many. I would have rather have seen him fire that at the net. I think that he had a better chance of scoring than going cross ice, threading a needle to Nikita.
So Elmira now with 9 shots on goal, and nothing will come of that last Binghamton possession. They're still stuck at 5 after having the game's first 5. So if you think about it like a basketball game, Elmira on a 9-0 shooting run here, but where it matters the most, still donuts up on the scoreboard for everybody. Elmira shot well wide of the target, held in by Vartiainen. Intercepted by Liam Anderson, and he'll carry it out himself for the Black Bears. Dump it in cross corner, where Austin Thompson will give chase with Rasmus Apps towards the loose puck. Yates settles it down, can't get it past the Elmira defender, and thrown back into the Binghamton zone. Thompson with a neat little move to get it over to Gavin Yates. Yates with a load of steam. Pulls it behind the net. Defense is changing for the Black Bears. Dakota Bond, fresh legs out on the ice. Yates still with it. Got it past one defender. Back up for Dan Stone. Loads up a slapper. Blocked. That one is going to sting, and Elmira coming back the other way. Bowman right into the crest of McAnanamaw and swallowed up. That was Luke Richards paying the price for his team, getting in front of that Dan Stone shot.
Yeah, that was not a fun shot to get in front of as Luke Richards came off the ice with a little bit of pain. Here you see it on your Heinz Energy replay. He goes down in a heap, skates off. Interestingly enough, Brooks, if Connor Bowman would have scored this puck, I believe Luke Richards would have been tabbed with an assist. That would have been a fun way to get an assist, wouldn't it have?
Yeah, that would have been a painful way to get one as well.
Well, they say when you score, it always makes it just a little less painful.
That's true. Bruises hurt less when you do win. Scientific fact. Loose puck, and Davidson throws one right into the chest of McAnanamon. He had to turn behind him to make sure he still had it.
Yeah, just a bouncing puck found its way to the stick of Darius Davidson, right in the slot. Some puck luck for the Elmira River Sharks early in this game, I should say, not early in the period as we're under 6:30. And Connor McAnanamaw with a nice save right on his shoulder.
Golo Stenko tie up on the faceoff, makes its way back to the Elmira defense, and Soilis had it hop over his stick behind the Binghamton net. Smith does get it out of harm's way, but can't get it past the red line. Gloved down by Bond back at his own blue. And Binghamton will pull it back into their own zone and start from scratch on this breakout. Ivashkin had his pass blocked, but does get it back on the forehand. Tries to go down Main Street, but unfortunately Houston Wilson strips him of the puck and thrown back in. Stanko and Ivashkin, though, catching Elmira in a change. Stanko shot a high riser off the glass, missing the net and thrown back out.
I thought that one hit the net, but I guess we will play on. Probably better, get some more action, right, Brooks?
Yeah, keep that clock running. Keep the guys out there on the ice. Kozlowski directs it back behind the net. Stanko had it knocked off of his stick. Weber's tip shot by Connor Smith off target. As Brett Parker, the former Black Bear, gets it out of harm's way over to another former Black Bear, Gino D'Angelo. Davidson and D'Angelo tipped that one on target. McAnanamaw had to stand tall to make the save.
Oh, you could tell Connor Smith has a little pep in his step on Cowboy night, or I'm sorry, Country night. He really wants to score, get the Cowboy with the Country Boy goal.
5 minutes left to go here. Period number 1. Still searching for the game's first goal. Elmira doubling up Binghamton 12-6 shots on goal. Elmira, though, has not scored on the power play. They've had 3 chances so far, including a minute 18 of 5-on-3 time. River Sharks do get it out of their own end this time as Parker was able to slap it out of the zone. And again, right past the blue line. Binghamton not being able to hold it that time so far as Kozlowski will steer it calmly for Rasmus Asp. Kirkby and 4 now tie up top left corner of the screen. Back up to the point. Trazera lost his edge, but Jesse Anderson couldn't get it deep. Now it's a 3-on-2 for Elmira coming the other way. Bowman had to settle it down, thrown towards the net, and McAnanamaw with a pad save. Onto the tape now of Gavin Yates. 4 minutes and some change left to go here in period number 1.
Yates trying to just skate the puck through too many defenders. He's got to use his other fellow Black Bears to get the puck, advancing it over the blue line especially, as Anderson takes a big hit down, but this will draw a penalty.
Jesse Anderson steers away. Arm is up in the air by both officials right now.
We might have 2 here, Brooks, as he ended up on the ice again. And Jesse's coming right off the ice. I think his stick might have snapped.
Yeah, can't play with a broken stick. Binghamton will get a power play here unless they score here. Dan Stone, low angle, delayed penalty. His first as a Black Bear. He makes Elmira pay, and they might be calling 2 penalties on the same guy here.
Well, Dan Stone picked a corner. He didn't have much to shoot at, but he put it right in, as I like to call top shelf, the sock drawer. And Spencer Kozlowski couldn't get over in time with that blocker to get a piece of it, I should say. Dan Stone will get his first in the black and green, and the Black Bears will have a power play coming up after this too. Here it is on your replay. The pass comes across. Stone just cutting in, knew he could do that with the extra attacker on, and rips it. And look at Justin Somero over the first one to give him a big hug for his first FBHL goal.
So Austin Pickford will still sit down for 2 minutes in the penalty box. And the Black Bears will be on the Henny Hard Seltzer power play for the first time tonight with a center ice faceoff coming up.
Yeah, well, we saw Liam Anderson here we go again. Liam Anderson gets the stick knocked out of his hands and then gets shown the ice, and he gets right back up, and I believe they do it again. If we can get a clip of that, I would love to see it.
So time of the penalty and the goal, 16:29, and the Black Bears are on the power play for the first time tonight. They do not win the faceoff as Elmira kills off the first 10 seconds of the power play.
So never really seen this, Brooks, with a power play coming after a goal. I know obviously it's possible, but come to the rink, see something new every day.
Kozlowski swallows up in the blue paint and forward, and it looks like Ivosh can get tangled up. Couple of helmets making their way down, and a little bit of face washing going on here. And now they fell on top of poor Tommy Ray behind the play, and it looks like they're going to send Ivashkin and Ford to the box. I'll probably be commenting all night long on the music. I love this song. Charlie Daniels Band did a great job. That does take us to a timeout. Under 5 minutes left to go here. Binghamton is on the power play with 1:34. When we come back, Dan Stone puts the Black Bears on the board, 1-0.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Welcome back inside Vision's Veteran Memorial Arena as the Black Bears get set, still on the power play, but one of their best power play scorers, Nikita Ivashkin, will find his way to the box. However, he takes a penalty killer from Elmira with him, so I don't know if the trade was completely fair for the Black Bears, but they'll take it.
Well, Kirkby crosses over the blue line and gives somebody like Tommy Ray an opportunity to be on the power play. He's going to be a pest in front of the net. Smith over to Ray, off the toe of his stick. Good play right there, and you're going to see Ray just park himself in front of the net. Kirkby on the backhand scores! Binghamton 1-for-1 on the power play, and they have a 2-0 lead.
Well, look at the big smile on the face of Tyson Kirkby and Brendan Stanko. This puck was just in the middle of the ice, and Kirkby finds it and puts it right under the glove of Kozlowski, who's not having that strong start like he had last game. Stanko gets the pass over, backhand, no doubt about it, but Tyson's got to be careful. Those cameras are expensive, and he hit it right on the nose.
Can't wait to see that photo from our friends over at Just Sports Photography. Binghamton up 2-0 here. 2:25 left to go in the first period. Low angle shot from Gavin Yates. Banked it off the head of the goalie, and 3-0 just like that.
Oh, wow, Gavin Yates. Welcome back to bingo. I can't wait to get another look at this as he was, I believe, Brooks, his body was behind the goal line. I don't know if the puck where he shot it from was behind the goal line, but his body was definitely hit off Kozlowski's mask and went behind him. Just bad puck luck for the Elmira netminder.
Couldn't even get to the Tyson Kirkby goal announcement before Gavin Yates scored.
Oh, he did have the puck behind the line. Oh, wow, that's truly just picking a corner. That's a goal scorer's goal right there, Brooks.
It's a Henny Hard Seltzer power play goal for Kirkby from Stanko and Smith. So Gavin Yates all the way across for Thompson. Binghamton trying to put the nail in the coffin here in the first period.
Another Binghamton goal. We could very well see Spencer Kozlowski's night come to an end.
So that second goal at 17:38, Yates from Kirkby. Yates third of the season. Centering, they score. Austin Thompson. It's a Burger King burger goal in the first period. All Black Bears opening 20 minutes.
Well, listen to Vision's Veteran Memorial Arena tonight. It's a barrage in these last few minutes. The Black Bears put 4 into the Elmira net, and no response from this Elmira team, letting Binghamton get anything they want. This all starts with Dan Weber pinching in. Beautiful pass to Austin Thompson, a net front guy like he used to tell me when I would interview him. A net front goal. And Kozlowski, nothing he can do about it.
So, 4 goals in a span of 2 minutes for the Black Bears. Looking for more as that shot from the point was tipped wide of the target. Liam Anderson takes a nudge into the wall, and it's the Burger King burger goal. So everybody going home with a free cheeseburger, courtesy of our friends of the local Burger Kings here in Binghamton and Vestal.
How do they have enough burgers, Brooks? The Black Bears consistently seem to hit that burger goal.
Binghamton still being outshot right now, 13-12, but 4 goals in 2 minutes for the Black Bears. Fritz wants to drop the gloves with Kirkby, and now they're going to wait for after the whistle, and in between the benches, they're going to get acquainted with each other.
Well, this is what this Elmira team does. It's a grit and grind team that's going to try to bait you into a fight when things aren't going their way. The Black Bears need to not take the bait and need to just take a seat and let this period play out, where Coach Sherwood, I'm sure, will have some nice praises for them on these last few 5 minutes.
Saw a fan a couple weeks ago make a comment about Coach Sherwood back in the day, and obviously I don't think they've seen Coach Sherwood's highlight tape.
What does Coach Sherwood always tell us, Brooks, though? Just not the Roanoke days?
I think one of the highlights is a goal.
Only one?
Let's just leave everything else at that.
Well, like I said, Brooks, just not the Roanoke days, he tells us, which I find hysterical. Yeah, Coach Sherwood always keeping it light.
Every time he scores a goal in practice, he comes off the ice. Man, I used to be the man. And every time he's like, I'm back, baby. And then he gets humbled the next day.
You know, if he could, he would put on one of those black and green sweaters, but much happier with a full suit on behind. Oh, here we go.
Oh, yeah. Fisticuffs, Steve Ford and Andrew Logar right off the draw. Couple of rights from both guys going here as we're going to have a fight in the final 45 seconds. Andrew Logar, Stephen Ford pumping up the crowd, and the linesmen get in between the two players right away as soon as they hit the ice. And it looks like Ford's got some more words for Logar at the end of that one.
Brooks, if you're watching Logar tonight, you can see that he was a little chippy, knocking some sticks in face-off circles. If any Black Bear was going to go, it was going to be Andrew. He'll get a nice early trip to the locker room. So we'll see when he comes back. It'll be, what, about 16 minutes into the second period. We'll see Andrew Logar on the ice again. Puck wasn't even down for a second, Brooks, and both gloves were in the air. I always love watching when they drop the gloves and then the gloves are way too close to where they are, and then a guy comes with a stick to move it away. It's just, for something so, angry, it's such a civil thing in hockey, the fisticuffs.
I'll have to go back and check my notes during intermission, brought to you by Excite Motorsports, coming up pretty soon. But I think that's Logar's second tilt of the year.
Well, with Mathieu Boilard out of the lineup, losing a bit of that toughness, someone's going to have to step up, and it looks like Andrew Logar's taking the call.
Yeah, everybody very quick to point out that Binghamton doesn't have an enforcer, but you don't need one when anybody is in favor to drop the mitts. 30 seconds left to go. In and out of the glove. Elmira almost getting on the board right there as McAnanama did a good job holding the post. Also, Ivashkin back out on the ice with Austin Pickford as they were released from their matching roughing minors. And Ivashkin, 12 seconds left, trying to get one more for good measure. 4 goals in the period for the Black Bears. Stanko taken down away from the play, and Binghamton will have a power play for a majority of the second period, as I don't know if they're going to score with 2 seconds left to go here.
I don't know what Stavros Solius was doing there. He fully extended his arms to take out Brendan Stanko, who was way away from the puck. That's just asking for a penalty.
So time of the penalty, 19:58 of the period, and which has gone bad to worse for Elmira. Binghamton scores 4 goals in a span of 2 minutes. And they're going to have a minute 58 of power play time here.
But won't matter, as we will go to the second with 1 minute 58, where I'm sure the Black Bears will be more than happy to get working on that, Brooks.
Boy, if you didn't make it here tonight to the arena, and you could have, you missed out on an excellent first period for the Black Bears. An onslaught of goals in a span of 2 minutes. We'll highlight them during the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We'll be back after a short time out after these messages.
Jersey, bring us the hitties! Yeah!
All right, I got the hitties. Constantly's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome into the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. And it looks like broom ball is going on for the first time tonight, courtesy of our friends over at Velocity Clinical Records. Sent the first 1,500 fans home with a foam finger for tonight's game. So I know a lot of fans here are going to be happy about that.
Brooks, do we have a fisherman jersey out there?
I think so.
Oh, one of the good old fish sticks from my hometown on Long Island. I love it. So, oh, you go, Brooks, sorry.
We got a lot to get through here. We got the out-of-town scoreboard, the Columbian Mutual Life stat sheet, the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights, and an interview with Jesse Anderson. So, right now, let's start with the stats of the period. Cole, even though Binghamton's up 4-0, Elmira did outshoot Binghamton at home, something that doesn't happen a lot. 14-12 in that period.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be much of a discussion, though, for Coach Sherwood. Maybe he'll bring it up. He's got to be more than happy with what his team did. And if you look at the stat sheet, you got to highlight Gavin Yates, involved in 3 out of the 4 goals. He already has a 3-point night, Brooks. We've only played 20 minutes of hockey.
Yep, and then on the power play, Elmira got the game's first 3 power play opportunities in a minute 18 of 5-on-3 time, and they don't convert. And Binghamton gets their first power play. They score the second goal of the night with Tyson Kirkby. And they got a minute 58 coming up of man advantage time when we start the second period.
Yeah, well, if you remember, an early storyline for the Black Bears was the toughness the power play had at finding the back of the net. That storyline has been completely wiped away, as this has reminded everyone last year why they were one of the top power plays. It seems like they can score at will, and they showed that with it wasn't a power play goal, but an extra attacker goal from Dan Stone, and then Tyson Kirkby tapped in on the power play.
That's Cole Parenti. I'm Brooks Hill. We're taking a timeout. Actually, no. Let's run our interview with Jesse Anderson first, and then we're taking a timeout. All right, so I caught up with Jesse Anderson before tonight's game. He actually made the trek upstairs to the 3rd floor, came into my office, and we were able to talk for a few minutes about the transition from forward to defense this year with the Black Bears, what he sees, in his stat sheet with now 11 assists. At the time, it was 10. All that and more. So here's our interview with defenseman and assistant or alternate captain, more on that, with Jesse Anderson. Now time for a very special player interview. I'm joined here by Black Bears assistant, alternate, however you want to crumble your cookie, captain, Jesse Anderson. Been a big key for the Black Bears on defense this season. Jesse, how's the transition been for you? Predominantly playing forward last year in the SP and with the Black Bears, when primarily staying on the blue line for this Binghamton team this year.
There's always a little bit of change you got to get used to, but overall it's been good. Guys are helping me out. Scherzy's trying to talk me through things that I don't fully grasp yet, and he's just making sure I'm getting everything the best I can. So it's been good. And I think the guys have been doing well in general. So can't change it right now.
What do you think has been the biggest factor in the transition from playing forward to defense specifically?
The biggest, I don't know. It's hard to say. I've played center, played wing, and then having defense, I think you just see a little bit more of the ice. Your head's always kind of up, facing forward, knowing where everybody is in front of you. You're kind of quarterbacking everything, so it's nice. I can't really. It's hard to say what the big difference is, but I'd say just being able to control the pace of play.
All right, and you got a ton of assists so far this year. Averaging, I think, an assist per game. You've had a couple multi-point nights as well this season. Is it any different for you, whether it's in a goal or an assist, really, when you're looking in your stat column at the end of the night?
No, I don't. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to see the boys win. That's all that matters. At the end of the day, we just want to win a championship. If I get one eventually this year, it'd be great, but it doesn't really matter to me.
What do you think has been the big key for the Black Bears this season? We're 9 games in, about an eighth of the way through the schedule, I would say, if the percentages play out that way. And you guys have not lost a game yet in regulation. What's been the key for this young squad this year with a lot of rookies on it, being able to compete night in, night out for 60 minutes?
We're all ready to do the same thing. We want to have a goal in mind, and everyone's working towards that goal. We went down a couple games, against Carolina. We were down, and everyone thought we were down and out, and we came back and tied it up. It didn't go the way we wanted to. We lose in OT, shootout, but things happen, and just the perseverance of all these guys, willing to keep fighting after, most teams would be like, it's over, we're down and out. So I think that's one big thing, and I'm excited to see how we do the rest of the season, and hopefully keep the 0 there.
Yeah, that would certainly be a great thing for the Black Bears. And finally, this week you're playing 2 opponents instead of 1 like Carolina last week. How much time is being able to prepare for Elmira and Watertown at the same time, knowing that you guys play them on back-to-back nights?
You kind of prepare for both. You get ready for the one at home on Friday tonight with Elmira, and then once that game's over and you just gotta switch it off and get ready for your next opponent. It's the way the scheduling works, but unfortunately, it's just the way it is. You get ready for both opponents, and that's all you can do.
All right, Jesse, thank you for your time, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, that's the voice of Black Bears defenseman Jesse Anderson. More coming up after these messages.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Wanting more Black Bears hockey? Season tickets are on sale. Visit BinghamtonBlackBears.com or call the front office at 607-722-7367 to learn more.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in. Excite Motorsports Intermission Report here on Country Night. And the Black Bears had a little bit of giddy up in their step in that first period, Cole, as they break a franchise record, 4 goals in a minute 57 seconds tops. And 4 different goal scorers as well. Dan Stone the first, Tyson Kirkby the second, Gavin Yates the third, and Austin Thompson, the fourth and latest goal scorer in this game. The Yates and Kirkby goal only separated by 9 seconds on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Binghamton was definitely the better team by a country mile there, Brooks. Like that one? Yeah, good. That's what I thought. Sorry, I love laughing at my own jokes. It's so bad.
Forgot to turn off the music there.
It's this one.
Oh.
There we go.
There we go.
Binghamton definitely had a giddy up in their step after they killed those 3 power plays, or penalty kills, I should say, and then went on the power play themselves. The goals just beautifully set up, all hard-working, beautiful passes. We saw even Connor Smith almost connect with Nikita Ivashkin. So Binghamton really getting whatever they wanted after a tight checking first period from Elmira in the beginning. They kind of loosened up in the end, and that's where it bit them.
We're going to see those highlights in just a minute, but for right now, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. As we take a look at what's going on across the FPHL tonight, we know where we stand here, 4-0 in favor of the Black Bears. Danbury and Watertown in the first period, still searching for the game's first goal. Fun fact for everybody, both times that Danbury and Watertown have played at the Watertown Municipal Arena have ended in 6-5 victories in favor of the Wolves, and those are the only 2 wins on the Wolves season. So there's a little tidbit of the night. Carolina and Blue Ridge underway, but no score yet in that one. And Mississippi and Columbus are about to drop the puck at 8:30 Eastern time. So we're a little bit ways away from puck drop. That's Eastern time. I was looking Central. They are underway. They're in the first period. I apologize. River Dragons and Sea Wolves, 2 double name nicknamed teams, doing battle. It's the Columbus River Dragon home opener tonight. They've played all their games so far this season on the road.
Yeah, I noticed that's an interesting way to start your season.
And then they're going on the road again tomorrow. So 1 home game, and then bam, right back out of town. Well, Port Huron, Baton Rouge, that's the game that starts at 8:30 Eastern time. We'll fill you in on that one later on as the night goes. So no score anywhere else in the league. Danbury takes on Watertown, Blue Ridge in Carolina, and Mississippi in Columbus. No score anywhere else.
I think Binghamton scored enough goals for the entire league in this first period, Brooks.
Well, they might have. Didn't break last year's record of 8 in a period against Port Huron, but they did break a record 4 goals in a minute 57 time span.
Well, I remember they had a game last year. I think they got up to 12, and they're on pace to do that tonight. I don't know the franchise record for goals in a game, but I'm sure if they keep up the offensive barrage like the end of that first period, we could rival that tonight.
I believe they're on par right now for that, because they scored 12 against Port Huron, and they scored 4 in this period. So, but then they lost the next night. So you split the weekend, and you're kind of left wondering what happened. Like, a loss is a loss. If you don't check the box score, you don't know how close that game was. But I digress. We're taking another time out. Come back with the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Welcome back in. Black Bears getting ready to take the ice here for the second period. And me and Cole step aside, let you see the rest of the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights for a very high-scoring first period. Welcome back for the second period, brought to you by our friends over at Greenlight Networks. Fast, fiber, and reliable internet. Visit them online to find out about their high-speed internet at greenlightnetworks.com. Cold Black Bears start this period on the power play as the captain, Stravos Solius for Elmira, still sitting down for the next minute 40.
Yeah, they'll also start this by shooting at a new goaltender. Danik Rodriguez has taken over in net for Spencer Kozlowski as his night has come to an unfortunate early ending. So we'll see if the Black Bears can find the same amount of luck with Rodriguez.
Connor Smith breaks his stick in the process. Ivashkin tried to find Stanko all the way across. Held in, though, by the Cowboys. He got a new twig. Would have been a perfect time to say lasso there, but I digress. Stanko all the way to the back door. Blocked out in front by Asp. As Asp slaps the broken stick out of the way. Halfway through the Henny Hard Seltzer power play tonight, it's 1-for-1 for the Black Bears. Tyson Kirkby scored the second goal of the night for Binghamton on their first power play.
Feels like an eternity ago after all those goals.
Yates back over to Kirkby, and a good save made by Rodriguez on the blocker.
Good job testing him early. Definitely a little wake-up call, getting that shot right at you.
Back over to Jesse Anderson, fresh out onto the ice in the place of Dakota Baum, but a Thompson pass falls too short, and that'll allow Elmira to clear. 30 seconds left to go in the man advantage for the Black Bears. Tyson Kirkby picks it up on his stick and will drop it back for Gavin Yates. Both of those guys have a goal here tonight. Yates behind the goal line, and now I guess I have to be prepared for him to shoot it, as he scored from behind the goal line near the trapezoid. Banked it in off of the starting goaltender's head. Rebound from Rodriguez, controlled by the Black Bears as Tommy Ray was out in front looking for his third goal of the season. Penalty time is up. No icing. McAnanama is going to come out of his net and wisely settle it down for Jesse Anderson. So Binghamton does fall to 1-for-2 on the night on the power play. Elmira does a good job of killing it off here to begin the period, trying to gain any momentum that they can muster up.
Well, I don't think they can complain too much, but they want to try to get this offense going again and really put this one out of reach early.
Kuna Jackson plays it in front of Josh Fletcher, and now Fletcher with Ivashkin and Somero for the time being. Somero signed early this morning, right after morning skate. Back out there on the ice. Did take a penalty in the first period, but jumping in as Andrew Logar is still in the penalty box from that little altercation with Stephen Ford in the final minute of that first period. 3 minutes gone here in period number 2. Count remains the same. Howie started 4-0 in favor of the Black Bears, and Elmira turns it over right back to Binghamton stick. Weber trying to find Ivashkin all the way across the crease, and instead now in the hands of the River Sharks behind their own net. Stretch pass in stride for Elmira, and Arister off the glass stays in play. Elmira in the process of a line change, looking for a too-many-men call of the Black Bears. But now they're on sides coming back. Somero, one touch over for Stanko. Saw that play work last week, but this time it's Danik Rodriguez making the save and holding on for a whistle.
Smart play by Stanko and Somero to jump up on the play as they look to connect. Like you said, Stanko connected on that tip-in early last weekend, or it was late, I'm sorry, to give the Black Bears the lead in the third against Carolina. Unfortunately, not enough of a hole from Danik Rodriguez to tap this one in.
Look at Martin Mucha, the bottom right of your screen as we go picture-in-picture here with that Heinz Energy replay. You lined up very far and wide in the opposite face-off dot, trying to get a freebie for Elmira as they try to spring the trap. Ray on the forward check does a good job of impeding the progress temporarily. Binghamton touches up on the delayed offsides as it's thrown right back into the Sharks zone. Ray comes away with the takeaway. Say that 5 times fast, might have to. And Dan Stone down on a knee plays it back over. Foray dropping it back for Bond. Rister seen all the way with Bond, or excuse me, to Rodriguez on the wrist shot from Bond. And Stanko couldn't get quite there in time for a net front screen for the Elmira goaltender. Fresh off the bench, making some good saves here in period number 2 so far.
Yeah, I like the way the Black Bears have attacked him by just throwing pucks at the net. It did help they had a power play, but they've gotten their shots up over Elmira. They need to just keep throwing pucks at the net and force Rodriguez to make a save where he's colder coming in than a normal starting goalie.
Face-off won by Stanko and gets back to Stone. Now Elmira, though, does steal the dump-in attempt from Stone all the way around the boards. This will be thrown right back in, and now we're seeing Ray on a bump-up shift with Connor Smith and Brendan Stanko. And Stanko tried to shelf it on the takeaway from Ray. That's 2 takeaways in the last minute for Ray on the forecheck. And Stanko just sent it barely over the net and Rodriguez's shoulder.
Well, we know Ray is a pesky player. He's going to go in there for those dirty areas and try to get pucks stolen and find himself good opportunities, and he did it right there and almost was able to give it to Brendan Stanko as both guys returned from the box.
Yeah, Logar and Ford going to join their 2 teams here. Takeaway from Ray. Excellent camera work by Josh and his team here tonight. Get that close-up of Brendan Stanko's mustache. He wore a cowboy hat tonight. And they're going to kick Brendan Stanko out of the face-off dot. And looks like Connor Smith is going to come in and take this draw. Something that we haven't seen him do too much this year. Wins it back over to Stanko. And the college teammates play catch with each other. Loose puck. Ray scores right on the doorstep. Razor's Edge paying off here. And Binghamton now up by 5.
Well, he's not the biggest guy on the ice, Brooks, but he makes his presence felt in front of the net, battling to find that rebound. And Danik Rodriguez sprawled out as far as he could, but that puck just found its way over the line. Nothing he could do about it. So a great fight on the rebound from Ray. And like you said, Brooke, the Razor's Edge sharp tonight.
All that while his stick was kind of being held a little bit. There's a tie-up. Connor Smith trying to get his stick back from underneath a player. And I think Ray just gets a piece of it. And goes. The linesman was scooting down by the Elmira door. Don't know what was going on there.
Brett Parker looks like he's heading off the ice for...
He's trying to communicate with a teammate. Maybe trying to tell someone in the equipment tunnel, maybe, back in the locker room to grab something.
Or maybe they're trying to tell Kozlowski to not go too far, because as we know, you can bring a goalie back. We saw it happen in Mississippi and Wytheville with Travis Ridgen.
Yeah, and Joe Shepard, another former Black Bear as well. Not their night.
I remember the Shep Show days. Shepard and Liskowitz, obviously the battery pack leading this team to its first playoff run.
A wrister off the top of the glove of Rodriguez. Back down low, Kirkby. Circling the wagons. Back over to Jesse Anderson. And Kirkby manning the blue line. Off the chest of Rodriguez. And then he dives out on top of it, gets the whistle. Takes us to the under 15 media timeout. Black Bears now up by 5. We'll be right back after this message.
The Binghamton Black Bears are back in action on Wednesday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. It's a special Thanksgiving Eve game, perfect for the entire family. Grab those tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Ideal Bowling Center is where Binghamton hockey fans bowl with open bowling all week long with money-saving specials. Ideal is a great place for family, friends, company parties, and special occasions. Ideal Bowling Center, located at 119 Jennings Street in Endicott. So much more than just your favorite bowling alley. You got to look at our friend Ben on the MC microphone here tonight. Big shout out to our friend Aria for all of her great work tonight in the video team, getting those fan shots around the crowd. Doing an excellent job here.
Oh, sorry, Brooks.
Go ahead, Cole.
No, your eyes don't deceive you. Spencer Kozlowski has returned to this game, replacing Danik Rodriguez.
So 1 goal against Rodriguez. And now the starting goaltender, Spencer Kozlowski, back in. So don't know if Rodrigue maybe shook something up a little bit. Little uncomfortable as McAnanama melts that one down. Hard to imagine that Coach Jurich would pull a goaltender, put somebody else in. Oh, they give up one goal, and then you pull them right back out. So probably a little bit more to the story there that we just won't probably know.
My assumption would be something with the pads, as Ryan Fritz has just returned from the locker room. So a shorthanded Elmira squad gets some firepower back. We saw Brett Parker talking to the team over there, so I don't know what's going on in their locker room, but it's definitely something.
Davidson back in across the line, trying to thread it through a needle. As Nick Gullo had it roll off of his tape, Andrew Logar back out of the penalty box for his first shift of the period. Sean deflected down low, and Davidson waiting for it over to Houston Wilson. Low angle, McAnanama got his shoulder to it, and Walters over to the rebound and out of the zone. This will make the line for icing, and Elmira first to the dot wins the skate race, coming all the way back into the Binghamton end.
Yeah, the Black Bears now will have a defensive zone faceoff. We haven't seen much time in the Black Bears defensive zone as they're up to 21 shots to Elmira's 16 when Elmira came in leading 16-14. So that ice is definitely going to be very slippery, as it's not as chopped up as the Elmira defensive zone.
Face-off tied up by the two centermen, and Davidson, one-timer, end over end, never made it behind the net, and it's cleaned up by Walters outside the blue paint, meaning the line there, and Binghamton gets out of harm's way. Fletcher, one-man wrecking crew, one-on-one. His toe drag goes wide on the short side of the net. Clear attempt failed by Elmira now. 5-0 Binghamton leads, 13:25 left to go in the period. Wilson does get it back out to the neutral third, and Logar at the red line. Back over for Bond, searching for his first goal as a Black Bear. Made a man go down to block a shot, and the pass couldn't get onto the tape of Somero. And Binghamton will reset, do it again, dump it all the way around, and Ivashkin will go up against Houston Wilson here on the forecheck. Stolen by Bond. He's got a lot of space. Wrister off the top of the shoulder as Kozlowski, and held on to by the original Elmira netminder.
Yeah, just some sloppy passes in their own end from Elmira as they give one up right by the blue line. Dakota Bond steps in, takes it, and now they'll have to be content with a face-off to Spencer Kozlowski's right.
Stanko wins that face-off back to Bond. Wrister wide, looking for an Ivashkin tip, none provided. Stone pinching in. And good to see that the Black Bears really haven't pivoted off their game plan yet so far here in this one. Sometimes you get big leads like this, and teams go into turtle mode or protect the house. Park the bus, the common term for our friends of soccer. 2-on-1 the other way, Stone and Ivashkin. Stone's pass a little bit too hot to handle for Nikita, and dropped back the other way. Now 1-on-2, Ivashkin shot into the crest of the Elmira jersey, and Kozlowski swallows up.
Well, you know Binghamton's not going to be content with any goal amount, so they're going to keep trying their hardest to score and make sure not to take their foot off the gas pedal in this league where leads can come and go very quickly.
Set play, Yates trying to win it over for Ray for a shot right off the rip. Instead, Elmira wins this face-off and spoils that plan for Binghamton. Brett Parker pinned up against the boards by former teammate Yates and leaves it for the Elmira captain Soilis. Pass up for Apps at the point. It's blocked by Thompson outside the blue paint. Binghamton trying to steal it back, but Elmira right on top of it. Brett Parker, he has a shot off the chest of McAnanama. A loose puck cleaned up by Gavin Yates now as he skates it away over all three lines himself. Coming down the right wing side, dropped it for Liam Anderson. Low Wangle, maybe trying to thread it through the 5-hole. But Yates has it roll off of his stick back out into the neutral zone. 11:36 left to go here in the period. Big hit laid on by the Black Bears as Soilis gets tied up, and now Ray will go 1-on-2. Gets around Parker. But Jackson does a good job of nullifying Ray's opportunity to get over to that loose puck. Behind the net, Asp reversing it around for Brett Parker, looking for the reverse hit. And Ray has his pass blocked, and interference is going to be the call. No, excuse me, cross-checking is the call. Got a little bit too far ahead of myself. Looks like the Black Bears are headed right back to the Henny Hard Seltzer power play, Cole.
Yeah, those extra arms getting in the way, giving Elmira some trouble. The second time we've seen a collision that led to a cross-check, and the Black Bears will be heading back to the Henny Hard Seltzer power play, and they'll start with the line, and Somero with Dakota Bond on the back end. So Adrian Bulldogs getting their money's worth on this one, Brooks.
Yep, nope, excuse me, Dan Stone's not out there. 3 out of the 4 on the power play. Stanko, low angle, has his shot blocked, rebound denied, never made it towards the net. Ivashkin stuffs it, still looking for it. Referee says to play on, never blew the whistle. Back up to the umbrella, Bond. Head fake over to Stanko, all the way across, but seen all the way by Ford. Saw that pass coming all the way across to Connor Smith. He's able to nullify that scoring chance. Binghamton, though, right back in the zone. Smith from outside the dots, a wrister wide, rebound. Poked far and away by Somero. Minute 20 left to go in the power play for the Black Bears. That is 1 for 2 on the night. Ivashkin looking for a tip from Stanko. Squirts through the blue paint. Back up to the point now for Smith. Now Ivashkin. Stanko's shot. Standing tall is Kozlowski. And now back up for Bond. Good offensive zone time here for this power play unit for the Black Bears. Bond slaps it all the way over for Smith. Stanko, one touch. Denied. Halfway through the penalty kill. Can Bond hold it in temporarily? He can. Over to Stanko. Trying to open up the ice. Move the goaltender. He does. What a shift by the Bulldogs. And Brendan Stanko now with a 3-point night.
Oh, Brendan Stanko, you continue to amaze us. What a way to unlock the goaltender, I want to say, Brooks. He got him down and just found some net. Brendan Stanko, just what else can be said about his breakout season? Watch as he comes through the dots, through the slot, keeps the puck, still has it, and bang, right in the sock drawer, top shelf. And it's 6-0. Binghamton just need to kick the extra point here, Brooks.
And Jesse Anderson will pull this one back into his own zone. As a "Who Let the Dogs Out" chant making its way through the arena as Gullo's shot blocked into the crowd. That'll take us to the under 10 media timeout, officially halfway done with this one. Binghamton up by a touchdown as they lead 6-0 over the River Sharks. Back with you after these messages here on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back to the second period, brought to you by Greenlight Networks, fast fiber and reliable internet. As you get a look at our friend Derek doing the Velocity Clinical Research Trivia, proud sponsors of tonight's foam finger giveaway. Black Bears up 6-0 here over the Elmira River Sharks. Wilson trying to feed it across for Davidson, stays in play as it was broken up temporarily by Liam Anderson. Now over to Jesse Anderson, and he will wrap check that one out of the zone, forcing Elmira to touch up and dump it right back in. Anderson plays it over to the half wall for Logar, all the way across for Liam Anderson with a good C-cut, making sure he can receive that pass in stride. Liam Anderson off the pad, looking for a rebound, and he pays the price from Rasmus Asp as he joins that play. Now a 2-on-1 developing. Wilson comes in, and he scores, and the shutout is over. Elmira on the board as Houston Wilson now 3 goals in 2 games for the River Sharks.
Well, if you want a coach to like you, produce instantly, and Houston Wilson has done that for these Elmira River Sharks. It's a 2-on-1 where the puck just gets lost by the Black Bears, and Houston Wilson makes no mistake. He's got a heavy shot. We know that from his time in Delaware. He scored a lot of goals down there, right by the dots. And now it's 6-1.
Well, if you're Coach Jurich, you're just happy that Wilson's continuing. You know, if you're going to score a goal a game, he's going to be the happiest camper in the world. That means you're getting some good offensive production from one of your guys on the top line. Black Bears will come the other way. Yates now in alone, denied by the pad of Kozlowski. Binghamton trying to go up by a touchdown right back, and it's stolen through the neutral zone. Yates dancing around a couple of River Sharks, but finally the third one takes him down. Delayed offsides against Binghamton allows Elmira to catch their breath and set back up in their own end. Pickford playing it up across the line, and another late developing 2-on-1 could be happening right there for the River Sharks as Binghamton did not get back right there. And this is icing. Sorry, my mind wandering right there. I was watching 2 ends of the ice at the same time. So Elmira has a couple of late developing 2-on-1s on back-to-back shifts. The first one, Houston Wilson scores, and that one just rolls off the tape of an offensive player, and that could have made it 6-2.
Yeah, Binghamton's got to make sure they stay strong and sharp defensively. Can't take their foot off the gas pedal. Got to keep bringing it to these River Sharks.
You know, it's about being mentally tough right now as well, not letting your mind wander. And you got to treat this like, you know, like it's a 1 or a 2-goal game right now, not a 5-goal game, because then bad things could happen. And you're not locked in mentally. Don't see a hit coming. Make a bad pass. Goes against your goalie on the stat sheet. Weber plays it down from the ice with his hand, legally, open palm. Elmira tries to bank one off the goaltender, and that puck stayed loose, and a little bit of a quick whistle for McAnanama right there, as there will be another face-off coming up to the left of the Binghamton goaltender.
Yeah, McAnanama got a bit of the luck of the draw there, as he didn't really have possession. It was bouncing around, but the ref lost sight of it, and they're told when they lose sight to make sure that they blow the whistle. So Brooks, you ready for this? On the 6th Binghamton Black Bear goal, it's the the Bulldogs that come through. Stanko from Smith and Bond.
Speaking of Smith, that's a heavy hit laid on, and then he made a man miss. He tries to power his way to the net, and a River Shark, I believe that was Rasmus Asp, lost his edge on the way down. Now Elmira comes back the other way. Fritz against Dan Stone. And off the wall, almost perfectly in stride for Connor Smith, but Kozlowski will steer it on the backhand. Over. Held in beautifully by Dan Stone up at the blue line. He's marked by Fritz. Ivashkin and Stanko down low. 2-man game. As Brett Parker sent down to the ice by Connor Smith. Once upon a time, those two were teammates. Like a lot of the players on this teams were. Wrapped all the way around the boards by Smith. Ivashkin can't catch up to it. Anderson holds it in at the blue line, though. Can't get it deep over to Josh Fletcher. And now Elmira does pull it back out. 1-on-3. Davidson throws on the brakes, waiting for teammates, but his pocket's picked by Jesse Anderson up for Tommy Ray. Give and go action for the Black Bears. Anderson trying to settle it down on his tape. Just puck moving a little bit too fast for 77 in black. And Elmira gets it out. Look out, another 2-on-1. This is a penalty coming up against Liam Anderson. Everybody in the arena knows it. Not much protest from the Black Bears coming there, as Elmira is going to go to the power play for the first time this period.
Yeah, Anderson just got his stick caught up in the legs of the Elmira skater, and when you get your stick in the legs, you're going to get called for a penalty, especially when a guy hits the ice.
Time of the penalty is 13:59.
You got to have better control of that stick if you're going to be holding it like that through the zone.
It's a tripping infraction against Liam Anderson. Face-off pulled back. Not cleared, though. Held in by Pickford. Wilson all the way across for Davidson, looking for Parker on the back door. Couldn't get it there, and held in by Elmira. Binghamton fails to clear. Pickford and Wilson play catch with each other, and they work it down low beneath the goal line, trying to get that Binghamton defense moving. Start a rotation. Half wall Wilson, top right corner of your screen. Now the umbrella. Pickford and Wilson play catch with each other. There's now Parker leaving it back. Wilson down low, looking to the back door. Thompson saw it, and the loose puck is going to be attained by Binghamton, and Thompson calmly glides it down the length of the ice. 4 new bodies coming out for the Black Bears on the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill. On sides, Trezera lost the handle on it and thrown down by Dan Stone. Stanko's going to chase after the goaltender, trying to play that loose puck, go for a shorthanded tally.
Does Binghamton have a shorthanded goal this year?
I do not think so. Had a lot last year, but not their cup of tea so far this year. Stanko over to a loose puck, gets past Houston Wilson, who was holding the blue line. And Elmira touching it back up through the neutral zone. They lost control. Dan Stone, though, saucers it all the way down. And Kozlowski sets it up on a tee for Martin Mucha. 4:20 left to go here in the second period. 17 seconds left to go in the Liam Anderson minor for tripping. Wilson goes skate to stick from a low angle near the goal line. Elmira does get set up here in the dying seconds of their power play, and that shot is rocketed above the ceiling, or excuse me, the safety net, and behind the stands here at the arena. So a lucky fan on the concourse going home with a souvenir tonight.
Didn't think we'd see that one.
Did not, but what we can see is Binghamton's in control of this one, 6-1 here at home. 4:05 left to go here in the period. We'll be back after this.
When you care about something, you take care to protect it. The family that depends on you, and the future you're planning for them.
You'll have your own college stories too someday.
With sound advice, smart strategies, and a broad variety of life insurance options, Security Mutual can help provide for the people you care about and also help you reach your financial goals.
It's a sound plan. The time to start thinking about college.
And retirement is now.
Security Mutual Life, the company that cares.
Welcome back in. 4:05 left to go here. Elmira, a couple of ticks left to go on their power play, but Liam Anderson is now officially out of the box, and Elmira's power play is 0 for 4 on the night. That was their first one of the second period. Rasmus Aff's shot deflected by Stanko, and in the top layer of the safety netting, back down onto the ice.
Yeah, that time the safety netting was tall enough, unlike the one before it that found its way, which I don't know if this building has ever seen before, onto the concourse.
Binghamton will win that face-off, and Ivashkin will start the breakout on the right wing side. Now has to take it behind the net as he lost the handle on it temporarily. Still dancing with it. And then a wrister from Ivashkin. That was a Russian rocket of a wrister right there. Off the glass, stays in place. Stanko chases after it. D-to-D passing, and Anderson backtracking. Puts it outside the blue line where Liam Anderson's going to be forced to touch up. Liam Anderson took the hit, made the play. Penalty is coming up here. as it looks like Ivashkin's the guilty party. And Elmira's going to get another power play opportunity here.
Yeah, Nikita's going to take another seat in the sin bin, his second tonight. The first one was coincidental, but this time he goes alone 2 minutes for a high stick as they checked out Rasmus Asp to see if there was any injury. So a lot of special teams tonight, Brooks, and Binghamton with another chance on the penalty kill.
3:10 left to go. 6-1 is your score. And we just saw the replay on that, and a lot of people in the arena did as well. But Elmira stays on the power play. It's a 2-minute minor for Ivashkin for high, sticking at 16:50 of the period. Wrist shot from Pickford, blocked on the way through, squirts through the blue paint and out. Calmly back over to the kick plate. Davidson's waiting for it. Davidson playing his first game of the FPHL season here tonight. Probably wants to see himself on the score sheet. Loose puck. Not cleared, though, as McAnanamaw made the initial save. Thompson on the backhand couldn't get it out. Now Binghamton can try to go short-handed, but Weber puts it in the skates. Fletcher put it in the skates of Weber. And Fletcher will get off on a line change. Somero taking his spot. Gullo outside the dots. Reverses around Vartiainen, former Port Huron Prowler, up at the blue line holding the zone. Somero down on a knee, blocks the shot from Wilson. And now Vartiainen loads up the clapper, squirts into the blue paint. Weber almost put it into his own net. And Binghamton will slap it down the length of the ice. 2 minutes left to go here in the middle frame. Elmira trying to shorten the gap a little bit. 40 seconds left to go on the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill for the Black Bears.
Yeah, and even though Nikita may not have made contact with Rasmus Asp, he's got to be more careful with that stick. If he's swinging it around, more than likely, he's going to take a penalty.
Yeah, Bowman lost the handle on it, had Brett Parker wide open in front of the net, and Dakota Bond will throw it down the length of the ice. Elmira, 15 seconds left to go. Logar doing an excellent job short-handed, making it very hard for the away team to bring it out of their own zone. 75 seconds left to go here in the period. Soilis down low, in and out of the trapezoid, up for Bowman. Ran into by Bond. Penalty time is up for Ivashkin. Elmira's power play 0 for 5. Parker will wrap it in down low. And the final minute of the period is officially underway. Soilis gets a piece of it, and that'll allow Stanko to settle it down in front of his own net. Binghamton changing their forwards right now, as it looks like the Yates line with Kirkby and Thompson is up and ready at the bench. Through the middle of the ice, Ivashkin and Ray 2-on-2 for the Black Bears. Ivashkin lost the handle on it. Steered around by the Elmira forward. And Soilis can pick it up in front of the Black Bears bench. Takes a nudge from Ivashkin, and Ivashkin looks directly at the referee saying, "You didn't call that one, did you?" Elmira offsides deliberately. And this face-off coming back in the River Shark zone.
Yeah, always funny when the players give a look to the refs. It's almost like an admission of guilt, but they don't call it right away. They can't change their mind just because you look at them, so no harm, no foul.
18 seconds left to go here. I think Binghamton thought they were going to be able to choose their dot. On an offside, you can't. So Gavin Yates will take this face-off. Does win it back to Austin Thompson. Ray back over for 25. Takes a nudge in the back. We play on here. 10 seconds left to go. Ray giving pressure on the forecheck. And we have another penalty coming up here. 3 seconds left to go. It's going to go against Binghamton, and Elmira will start the third period on the power play.
We'll have to see what this is. It looks like an elbowing call. Brooks, I'd love to see the time on ice. I don't think we saw much of Tyson Kirkby throughout that period. He did go off to the locker room and come back, but on that last shift, it was Yates, Thompson, and Tommy Ray sliding up with them. And it's Thompson who's going to take the elbowing penalties. You see it on your screen. Does Kirkby look okay to you out there, Brooks? He's using his stick kind of to get off the ice, so we'll have to see if he comes back on the bench to start the period.
That's a good observation, Cole. We'll find out. We're going to talk about it during the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. We'll be right back after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
You're getting a good look at our friend Trevor Potenziano driving the Excite Motorsports CF Moto for tonight's Chuck-a-Puck promotion. I think a lot of people might be going for Trevor and not the bucket on the back of that ATV. If your puck gets in the back of the ATV, you'll have the opportunity to be chosen to come back to the final home game of the regular season and compete for that same CF Moto that Trevor's riding right now.
Brooks, he's spoiled nowadays. Back when I first started as an intern, Trevor got to go on that CF Moto maybe once or twice, and it was like he was so happy. Now he's on it every game, so a little bit of spoiled over there. Maybe needs to be humbled, because look at the look on his face, all excited and smug.
Oh yeah, rumor has it that Trevor will be making his MC announcer seasonal debut on Wednesday. So I'm very excited to see how that one's going to turn out.
I'll have to tune in, Brooks. I'll be home on Long Island, but if Trevor's doing PA, I will definitely tune in.
Time for the Columbian Mutual Life Insurance Stat Sheet presented by Columbian Mutual Life Insurance Company. Protecting families in the Southern Tier for over 140 years. And Cole, a much more regular period for the Black Bears. They outshoot Elmira 14-6 in that period, even though they only scored twice and Elmira scores one. That was more of a, 17-6. They outshot them. Game total 29 now for the Black Bears, 20 for the River Sharks. And I don't know about you, but that period just felt a little bit more normal than the first period did.
Yeah, the offense felt a little more normal. The defense is still giving up more shots than we're used to, even keeping it close. Usually they're blowing out people with the shots on goal, and it's not even funny, but this game's a little closer than I'm sure Coach Sherwood would like, but it doesn't matter because reflecting on the scoreboard, 6-1, I'm sure he's happy. But as you said, Brooks, it did feel more like a Binghamton Black Bear period.
That it did. Those are the Columbian Mutual Life stats. We'll be right back after these messages here on YouTube.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Oh, Luba, you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Labatt's good beer. Good things. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Awestruck Premium Hard Cider, crafting transcendent, awe-inspiring liquid made and sealed right in Sydney, New York with New York State apples. Improve your day with Awestruck Premium Hard Cider. CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks.
Stay in the swing of things with your golf game this winter and check out Fairways Indoor Golf Company. At Fairways, you can play any 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, enjoy your favorite cocktail in the lounge by the fire, or watch your favorite sports team on over 9 82-inch TVs. The only slice you'll experience will be from the homemade pizza from the clubhouse kitchen. Bring your own clubs or use theirs. Get the golfer in your life a Fairways gift certificate. Tee off with Fairways Golf Company, 511 Hoover Road, Endwell, online at fairwaysindoor.golf.
Are you compassionate and interested in providing care to people with developmental disabilities? Check out a New York State Career with Broom OPWDD. Enjoy great benefits such as job security, health insurance, retirement plan, paid time off, opportunities for advancement, and so much more. Positions as direct support professionals in the community or at a secure facility might be exactly the change of pace that you're looking for. For more information, call 607-240-4786 or go online to www.opwdd.ny.gov.
Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's Auto Sales.
We have a huge selection of vehicles and every tool available to fit everyone's credit needs. If you've been told no before,
I say no when it feels so good to say yes.
Get the vehicle you deserve.
Yes, that's awesome.
With our guaranteed credit approval program, which can easily be filled out online at jeffkais.com.
Jeff Kai's Auto Sales, Appalachian. Go with the winner, Jeff Kai's.
Are you planning on traveling to Binghamton for an upcoming Black Bears game? If so, check out La Quinta Inn & Suites by Wyndham for a night away from home. La Quinta Inn & Suites is a short drive from the arena and is conveniently located off of the Southern Tier Expressway and Highway 17 with easy access to Interstate 81 and the Vestal Parkway. La Quinta Inn & Suites by Wyndham at 581 Harry L. Drive, Johnson City. Reach them at 607-770-9333.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Old Vestal Road in Vestal. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Are you kidding me? How do you do that?
Dude, I just got a new hot spring spa.
Carlisle has hot spring spas starting at $39.95. Come see how we make every day better by relaxing in a hot spring spa.
What happened to you today? You're shredding it.
Hot spring spas, baby.
Welcome back to the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Excite Motorsports, browse, ride, and buy. Free next day delivery to New York and Pennsylvania. Visit them online anytime at excitemotorsports.com, or you can visit them during the business day at 408 Front Street, not too far away in Vestal. Cole, we know where we stand, 6-1 here inside the Vision Veterans Memorial Arena, but tell everybody what's going on the out-of-town scoreboard across the league.
Well, if you head up north, it's Watertown leading Danbury 1-0. Like you said, Watertown's had Danbury's number up in the Watertown Municipal Arena, so that game will be one to watch. Now, if you followed the bus from Carolina as it left, it would lead you to a game against the Blue Ridge Bobcats where the Thunderbirds lead 3-0 in the second period. And after a 12-goal performance from the Blue Ridge Bobcats, a goose egg through the first two tonight. Over in Columbus, in their home opener, they lead Mississippi 2-0. Mississippi's been a bit of a surprise team this year as they've come out, and now after Motor City moved over, they are second in the Continental. And finally, in Baton Rouge, Port Huron jumps out to the early 1-0 lead.
That's a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Thank you, Cole, for that. And remember, the Black Bears will be up in Watertown tomorrow night. We have a very special announcement coming up after this timeout. We're going to tell you what's going on tomorrow night with Black Bears coverage coming up right after this.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.
Jersey, bring us the Hitties! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hitties. Console's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah. I have one on that night.
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7. 100% local.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Experience the new way to watch your Black Bears play all season long, at home and on the road, free on YouTube.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks, fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
Welcome back into the Excite Motorsports Intermission Report. Just getting a look at the Black Bears social media page, and you should do the same at Black Bears FPHL on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure to like the Black Bears Facebook page. It's really simple, Binghamton Black Bears. Doing a great job over there on social media is EJ and some others, creating great content for everybody to enjoy, not only on game night, but during the week as well. It also has all 4 goals from the first period already up as well, if you want to go check that out. But Cole, we got something pretty exciting coming up tomorrow as the Black Bears are going to travel to Watertown. Me and you are going to stay behind, but give the people a little bit of insight on what's going on.
Yeah, Brooks, the first time we've ever been excited to be left behind anywhere. We're going to be here in the office, and we are going to give you our takes on what is going on up in Watertown. We're not going to take the trip. We're going to be watching the game. We're going to do picture-in-picture. You'll hear what we think is going on. We'll answer some questions from the fans. We'll be in the chat. So tune in tomorrow to the, what do we call it? There's the Manning cast, the K-Rod cast, the Black Bear cast.
We haven't figured it out yet, but as Cole said, Cole and I should say, proper English there, will be staying back in Binghamton. We want to put out a good product, and unfortunately right now we just can't do that at the Watertown Municipal Arena on a live video feed. So what we are going to do is go picture-in-picture, as he said. You will see the game from the Watertown feed. Watertown controlling the cameras, everything and whatnot. You'll also see me and Cole live from the Black Bears office. We also have some special guests hanging around with us as well, who might pop in every now and then, maybe for some live interviews going on. You got to think of it as it's like a live Tully's, but the game is going on while we're talking. So you'll be able to see the game and see me and Cole just like this right now. For all of our friends at the arena, this is exactly what's going to look like. There's the cameraman. Hello, sir. Thank you for providing a great example for what we're talking about tomorrow night up in Watertown. So that game starts at 7:30. And imagine that there's a game going on the big screen right now. Me and Cole will be up here in one of the corners. Don't know which one yet. And we'll be doing the best play-by-play that we can. Unfortunately, we won't be able to do it justice like an ESPN remote broadcast, but we're going to do live reaction. We're going to be interacting with you in the chat. If you have a question and you want it answered, we have somebody in there manning the chat to bring it up. So it'll be like a live reaction, like your favorite show on YouTube. We're reacting to the game with you at home, but from here in Binghamton. Cleans up an extra spot on the bus, more room for the guys to travel, and also I can go to bed a little bit earlier. So we're really excited. It's a win-win for everybody. It's not going to be a normal thing. I'm still going to go on the road with the team, and everywhere that we can, we're going to produce a high-quality road feed like we will next Black Friday up in Danbury. And Cole, you'll be back with us for that game as well, right?
I will be making the trip up to Danbury from Long Island. And Brooks, I love this camera getting to show off our fantastic suits. Brooks, show them though. What did you say the look was? I thought it was Jersey Shore when I first saw it, but what do we have here?
No, it's the Man in Black, Johnny Cash.
Look at that.
Country night.
Ladies, right here.
All right. Didn't know you were going to pull that one out. Hold on, I got something ready for that one. All right, thank you. Soundboard, and thank you, Josh, for getting this lovely soundboard for that. But yeah, we're going to stay here tomorrow night. Black Bears coverage all night long. Who knows? We might be having so much fun. We might still be on the air when the guys get back in town. But speaking of fun, let's check out the highlights from the second period. We come back, third period underway. Welcome back to the third period tonight. Still room for third period sponsorship this year. If you're interested in being a partner with the Binghamton Black Bears, why not? Best team in town. They are top of the FPHL as well. 5-goal cushion for the Black Bears. Time to be mentally tough for Binghamton. And you do not want your mind to wander. You need to protect yourself physically, and also you want to stay on your game. That way you're clicking on all cylinders for tomorrow night's game in the North Country against the Watertown Wolves. So it looks like Danik Rodriguez is now back in between the pipes again as Stone deflected a pass into the corner, into the net. Walters took a high stick, and it might have been from his own teammate right there. But Austin Thompson did take a penalty at the 20-minute mark of the second period, so Elmira is on the power play. They are 0 for 5 on the night.
Yeah, Austin Thompson was just facing a check, and he got that elbow up and connected with the head of the Elmira players. You see JT taking a high stick from Brett Parker. Crowd wanted a call. They won't get one.
Going to be hard to get a call up by 5 here in the third period, but McAnanamaw sees a shot all the way from the top of his crease and stays on his feet to make the save.
So unlike when Danik Rodriguez came in for the first time, Spencer Kozlowski is now sitting in the backup goalie area, which leads us to assume that it had to be some sort of equipment issue or something else. It looks like this time he's really been pulled, and we'll have Danik Rodriguez the rest of the way.
Who knows? Houston Wilson now down near the goal line. One-touch pass stays out of the net. McAnanamaw with his left foot holds the post, and it's cleaned up by the Binghamton defense. His best save of the night keeps the Elmira power play wondering, what if? Now back in through the neutral zone. Elmira's offsides. They can't touch it. That'll allow Josh Fletcher to pull it back into the defensive zone to Liam Anderson, and Binghamton will now play keep away. .40 seconds left to go here on the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill for the Black Bears. All the way across, Parker trying to jam it home. Through the blue paint and out. McAnanamaw made its way back up to his knees at least to try to spring out to make a save. And that shot misses everything, and Logar gives chase to Stephen Ford. Those two acquainted with each other earlier in the night with their 5-minute majors for fighting. No quarter given at the blue line by Bond. And now Soli is coming in. Low angle shot deflected, stays in play off the glass. 10 seconds left to go. Austin Thompson up and ready. Shot from the point steered aside by McAnanamaw and cleared up to the red line. Austin Thompson has now returned, and we are back to 5-on-5 terms on the ice. And Brendan Stanko, partial breakaway if he can beat out Vartiainen. Spinorama looking for Thompson, sent it high on the one-timer. That would have converted the extra point, but now Elmira coming back the other way. Solius run into by Bond up at the red line. And his college teammate and now Black Bear teammate, Stone, chases it in his own end. Smith makes a man go down to the ice. And his wrister is swallowed up by a goaltender, Danik Rodriguez, who has entered the game, left the game, and now re-entered.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that where both goalies leave and come back. But let's go back to Brendan Stanko throwing on the brakes. What a move by him. Really just evolving into one of the top-tier players in this league.
Reversed around, Gavin Yates. Over to Somero. Austin Thompson out there. And Somero, the extra four, getting some work here in this third period. Yates gets over to a loose puck, knocked off of his stick by Kuna Jackson. And Walters retreats after it. Brett Parker flying around like a man on a mission, staying on the forecheck for Binghamton. This is what Elmira did so well last year as the Mammoth, is he got on the forecheck and went behind the net, forced the Black Bears to turn the puck over. I would love to see the River Sharks adapt to that style of play in the future, because that definitely does work. And now Davidson coming back the other way, just not, of course, against Binghamton. 3-on-3, nifty move, shot denied by McAnanamaw with the toe, low angle shot steered aside by the Black Bears goaltender. Follow-up shot blocked by Somero, right back into the lineup, paying the price. eating rubber. 3:30 gone here in period number 3. Binghamton now out shooting Elmira by 5, 30-25. Pass chipped in. Low angle denied Wilson on the backhand. Swallowed up by McAnanamaw. No look shot from Wilson. Seen all the way by the Black Bears netminder.
So going back to the last shift, Brooks, we saw Thompson, Yates, and Somero. I don't see Tyson Kirkby on the bench right now for the Black Bears. We saw him in some pain as he left the ice, and he did leave in that second period in return, so Kirkby not with the team to start this third period, at least from what we can see.
That's a Court Gesture Athletic Club injury update from Cole Parenti. 2-on-1 now, Ray and Fletcher. Ray shot off the chest of Rodrigue. Fletcher trying to get over to the rebound, and this is shot down the length of the ice. And this will come all the way back 200 feet for an icing violation.
Well, Ray was just shot out of a cannon right there. His speed, as I've said many times, kills. He just gets the puck and creates opportunities, creates odd man rushes as he jumps up here on the play, and that killer of a shot just right off the shoulder of Danik Rodrigue.
6 different goal scorers for the Black Bears. Ray was trying to be the first repeater of the night. He has his head up, but his pass a little bit too short to find Jesse Anderson. Stretch pass. Wilson coming the other way, but right on top of it is Ray in the defensive zone. Made a bad pass, got back on his horse, and made up for it. That's what you get when you put Ray out there on the ice. Gonna have a 200-foot hustle.
Yeah, he's a hard worker. He shows that every day in practice and in games. Gets down on himself when he makes mistakes. So Tommy Ray really proving why he's such a professional and why he's been so successful early on.
Ray with the 5th goal of the night for the Black Bears, made it 5-0 as he gets in the zone on sides, and his pass goes off the skate of Soilis. Down low for Stanko, and Ray will go over to the bench, and Ivashkin will take his spot. Speed for speed coming on there, as Rasmus Asp tries to dance through a couple of Black Bears, but Bond and Stone will close the double doors on him. Say none shall pass. 5 minutes gone here in period number 3. Nothing yet to show on the board this period, but the Black Bears in control, up by 5. Stanko back over to Smith. Nifty little move, and saucers it over on the backhand for Ivashkin, too far in front for Nikita. Elmira now coming back the other way, a 3-on-2. Fritz Parker crossing over the line, low angle for Brett Parker, in and out of the glove of McAnanamaw. And on the backhand, cleaned out of the zone. It's going to have enough English to not make the line in time. Keep that clock running and nullify any threat of icing. Mucha on the right wing side, gets it past Weber on side. Down near the goal line, couldn't get it around Smith, as that is a big Cowboy. Try to get one past. Fritz pulls it out of the corner. Jackson's calling for it. Give and go action down low is Ford, and he would just go for a hit on Walters. This will have enough to make the line for icing, but not before a media timeout. 13:47 left to go here in period number 3. Black Bears up by 5. Back with you after this.
Are you ready to take your billiards game to a whole new level? Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop has everything you need to impress your friends and crush your opponents. American Q Sports certified coach Kim the Dragon Young is now accepting new students. From novices to pros, the Dragon helps you find your best game with in-person or online instruction available worldwide. Need help with stance, stroke, or alignment and aiming? We've got you covered. Looking for advanced cue control techniques and trick shots? No problem. Follow us on Facebook at Dragon Billiards Instruction and Instagram at Dragon Billiards Kim for free daily tips and drills, upcoming tournaments and events, as well as exciting contests and giveaways. Subscribe on Patreon for personalized video content. Visit our online pro shop for the lowest prices on the highest quality pool cues, accessories, and Dragon Billiards gear. Dragon Billiards Instruction and Pro Shop, breathing fire into your game.
Tunes of Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places ringing around throughout the arena here as 3:45 left to go. Third period action on the Black Bears YouTube page. Brooks Hill and Cole Parenti along with super producer Peter on the ones and twos. With you as always here at home. I shouldn't say as always because Cole is going to be playing hooky next week and miss our games here on Wednesday and Saturday. More on that a little bit later on. Has a save made by McAnanama. Swallows up the rebound from Kuna Jackson. Seen all the way by McAnanama, who's looked very good so far here tonight. But Cole, you'll be on break back home as you go visit your family on Long Island, but you're also going to be working one of those days. We'll see you up in Danbury on Black Friday.
Yeah, and Brooks, I like how you said on Long Island. If I can make it to Danbury with all the Black Friday traffic around the Palisades, but I think I'll avoid that. But yep, I get to head home, see my grandmother for the first time in a while, so I'll say hi to you on the air, Nana, and it'll be great to see some family, Brooks.
Well, yeah, Alex Jones will make his return to the broadcast booth for the first time this season. He'll be stepping into Cole's shoes as this is iced, as Liam Anderson way in front of the Elmira player beating out the skate race. But yeah, Alex making his way back up to the Jeff Kai's Auto Sales broadcast booth. Hopping back on color for Wednesday's game at least, still working on Saturday's details, but we take it one game at a time.
Well, don't sound too excited to get rid of me, Brooks.
I'm not. Just letting the people know what the scheduled programming is going to be. And Jackson up to the point. Anderson runs into the linesman. And the puck still in between the skates of the linesman. Finds its way over to Houston Wilson up at the red line. And now Jackson again in and out of the glove of McAnanama, still searching for the puck. He closes the wickets and holds tight.
We got 12:50 to go and nothing is guaranteed, Brooks, but I would be really shocked if Connor McAnanama is forced into another shootout tonight. He's looked real strong, only allowing 1 goal on 30 shots. So McAnanama can be real happy with this performance. He hasn't given up more than 2 or 3 goals in most of his starts, Brooks. So the Black Bears really have a trio that's working here in the net.
A rising shot from Rasmus Asps denied by McAnanama. Loose puck knocked away from the crease. Binghamton skates it out of harm's way and through the neutral zone. Will dump it in same side where Rodrigue steers it on the backhand for Rasmus Asp. Flown high into the night sky. Brett Parker waiting for it at the offensive blue line. Off the glass and out. Elmira takes back over as Fletcher collides with Rasmus Asp. And Ray's going to get involved. Parker jumping a hold of Ray.
Look at Dakota Bond, Brooks. He's helping Rasmus Asp get off the ice. So what a good play by him. I think that contact was knee on knee between Fletcher and Asp. Asp staying on the bench for now after stretching out that knee. So thankfully no injuries on the play, and it'll just be a minor.
So Binghamton takes the first penalty of the third period. Kind of heard the arena grasp a little bit when that hit happened. Last year they saw a kneeing penalty against Connor Smith that had a lot of people worried and quite effectively ended Connor Smith's season in the playoffs. So Josh Fletcher, 2 minutes for kneeing here. You're going to see it's in the middle of your screen. And
I think Fletcher just missed his hit, and he just had that knee extended, and Asp kind of made contact with it. A penalty all the same, but I don't think that was intentional.
Yeah, so Josh Fletcher gets 2 for kneeing. Stretch pass, and Terezzo was camped out at the blue line, cherry picking like high school PE. But he's offsides. Linesman right on top of it. And this is coming all the way back into the into the Elmira end.
Yeah, he got lost behind the Binghamton defenders, and yes, he was offside, but not by much. So the penalty kill needs to tighten that up just a little bit.
Stanko wins it back cleanly over to Weber. He throws it towards the net off the glove of Pickford and wide of the target. Logar giving pressure on the forecheck, but Elmira calms it down. They're working with 1:30 of power play time here, looking for their first extra man goal of the night. Stretch pass over to Brett Parker. His wrister fought off by McAnanamaw. Maybe off of the mask, the way that bounced out. And another delay of game penalty coming up against the Black Bears. Stanko trying to say it was deflected. But I don't think the referees are going to buy what he's selling there.
I thought this was deflected because I thought I heard something after, but it looks like Stanko's going to be told to take a seat right next to Josh Fletcher. We'll see it here on the replay. Stanko gets it up, and I don't know. Oh, it must have been the stick coming against the glass, and we're going to go 5-on-3. I believe that's the second time tonight.
Yeah, second time tonight. Binghamton finds themselves on a 5-on-3. They're due it for 1:22. McAnanamaw coming out of his net and steers it out of the zone on the backhand. Don't see that every day. Love the confidence from McAnanamaw right there with a guy in front of him stick handling and clearing it out of the zone himself.
With a dirty backhander, too. He didn't just go to the forehand, so some dirty dangles for Connor McAnanamaw.
Wrist shot fought off from Brett Parker by McAnanamaw, and this one's cleared again by Weber.
You can tell Brett Parker really wants to score against his old team. He doesn't care about the outcome, but he wants to get that goal against Coach Sherwood's squad.
Elmira tried to catch Binghamton in a line change right there, but Parker couldn't get a handle on it, and now this is going to be an icing 3-on-5 offensive zone face-off for the Black Bears here with 47 seconds left to go in the two-man advantage for Elmira.
Yeah, you don't see many of these, but it'll be Anderson and Anderson with Somero. Makes our life easier, Brooks. 66% chance that we'll call the right name if we just say Anderson.
Rosera takes a ride down from Jesse Anderson, and this time thrown off the ice into the glass. Stays in play. 35 seconds left to go on the two-man advantage. That's that number you see on your screen. Stretch pass again over to Soyless. Elmira camping out behind the Binghamton defense as Anderson wraps it around the boards. Vacated blue line for Elmira. 20 seconds left to go in the man advantage as they touch up one more time. No quarter given at the line. Elmira's off sides. Binghamton bench wanted a call. They're not going to get one. Now Davidson dancing into the slot. Blocker saved by McAnanamaw. Somero gets it out, pays the price, and Fletcher has returned. Elmira power play 0 for 6 on the night, and we have a whistle. And it looks like Binghamton headed to the penalty box again, but so is Ford from Elmira.
Well, I thought Binghamton might have been caught into too many men on the ice with this sloppy change here with Logar and Fletcher in the middle, but I guess that's not the case, as we'll have to wait for this one to come through.
So this is still a 5-on-4. So nothing changes. I didn't see the calls. Cole, did you see them?
It looked like one of those calls where the ref was not happy with what they were saying to each other.
So 9:48, Ford gets a roughing call. And time, well, that penalty also 9:48. 13 seconds left to go for Stanko. He's already up and ready. Thrown back up to the red line. Elmira's off sides. They have to wait, and now they can enter. Gullo wraps it around the wall. Logar couldn't get the handle on it. Stanko coming out from behind the play. Vartiainen shot deflected, and we are back to 5-on-5. Held in temporarily by Jackson up at the blue line next to our friends over at Excite Motorsports, and now Fletcher gets it out of harm's way. Elmira power play 0 for 7 now on the night.
Well, that's going to be a big boost to your penalty kill anytime you kill off 7 possible power plays.
Stanko gets a takeaway and steered aside by Rodriguez into the corner. Former captain Nick Gullo kicks it over to Vartiainen, and Logar with a nifty play trying to get it over to Stanko. Won't come up with one. Elmira now has 37 shots on goal. You can't blame them. They had 1:22 of 5-on-3 time, and McAnanamaw stood very tall for the Black Bears. Got to say your goaltender's your best penalty killer. And McAnanamaw certainly has been that tonight for the Black Bears. Stanko, slap backhand pass, self pass to Smith, down on a knee, lost a handle on it, and penalty coming up against the Black Bears as Smith, guilty of the tripping infraction, Crowd growing a little restless here, but they're going to have to hold their enthusiasm till after the break. We're right back on the Northeastern Striping Corporation Pony Kill after this.
Jersey, bring us the Hennies! Yeah!
All right, I got the Hennies. Tatsumi's out, eh? Oh, yeah. Cheers, baby. A win like that calls for a real celebration. Oh, yeah.
I have one on the back.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Welcome back in. Black Bears on YouTube. They're up 6-1, up by 5 here tonight at home. We want to say a congratulations to the Oliveri family as they have welcomed the birth of their first daughter, Jordana Marie Oliveri, born on November 14th this week, 8.5 pounds. And we want to say congratulations to the entire Oliveri family. Now back to the play, a minute 42 left on this power play, and Elmira has finally broken through on the man advantage on the 8th try of the night. They are on the board with the extra man goal. Martin Mucha. Go ahead, Cole.
You couldn't expect it to be perfect forever, Brooks, as they gave 8 power plays, but Binghamton stood tall as long as they could and finally give one up.
Take a look at this Heinz-Energy replay. Centering pass right out in front from Trezera. And Elmira puts it back in play. And another penalty coming up. Austin Thompson, now the latest penalty infraction. So, Elmira power play, one of their last one. Make their way back out onto the ice. So Elmira calls timeout here with 7:54 left to go in the third period. 5-on-4 once again. And the power play for Elmira making their way right back out there onto the ice. Cotton Eye Joe now going through. And Elmira's power play 1 for 8 on the night, now making their way back out onto the ice.
Yeah, they make their first trip back onto the ice, Brooks, and we'll be interested to see if Elmira can cut this lead in half.
Shot from the point from Austin Pickford, seen all the way by McAnanama.
McAnanama's looked real strong in his crease tonight, keeping it up here in the last 8 minutes with this game almost certainly in doubt.
Now behind the Black Bears net, Mucha tries to shelf it, and he will score short side. Elmira with 2 power play goals, and they have scored the last 3 goals in this contest.
similar to Gavin Yates' goal earlier. He just picks it right in that little slot between the goalie's head and the top shelf. And now this game is cut in half, Brooks, and Elmira does have some time.
So now Elmira's power play 2 for 9. On the night as it's dropped right back over. Binghamton led this game 6-0, and it's now 6-3. Loose puck scramble in front. Apps took out his own goaltender. Held in temporarily by Stanko, but now Davidson will come back the other way. Smith blocks that pass, turns it over, though, to a wide open man in a diving effort by Stone as the stick broke from the shooter. And Binghamton throws this out into the neutral zone. Asp does touch the puck. Penalty coming up against Elmira, and Asp now guilty of tripping Ivashkin, and Binghamton right back to the power play for the first time this period, for the second time this period.
Yeah, this period's getting to be a little long, Brooks, with the amount of refs' arms that are going in the air. But after a few go Elmira's way, it looks like the Black Bears will finally be back on the power play.
So 13:02 time of the penalty to Rasmus Ass for tripping. Binghamton power play 2 for 3 on the night. Elmira 2 for 9. And as Cole mentioned, no Tyson Kirkby available right now for the Black Bears. So that's one of your best power play players, as Thompson has a shot. Going to be blocked down to the ice and be cleaned up. Anderson across the blue line, leaving it over for Gavin Yates. Met with pressure from Fritz. Yates sealed off against the half wall, throw down the length of the ice. Brett Parker's going to give chase. Austin Thompson sees him coming. And Thompson will spin off the hit from Parker. Coming back out into the neutral zone. Black Bears are on sides. Yates all the way across to the trailer. Logar seen by Rodriguez at the top of his crease in the butterfly, and here will swallow up.
Yeah, what a great job by Rodriguez to come in relief here of Spencer Kozlowski and be able to find the puck. So Rodriguez standing tall.
Face-off won back by the Black Bears. Stanko gets down near the goal line, give and go passing with Ivashkin into the slot, and Ivashkin denied. That would have put him tied for 7th all-time in Binghamton hockey history. Bond loads it up for Stanko over the far shoulder of the Elmira netminder. Smith back over to his teammate. The Bulldogs playing catch. Smith, Stanko, and Bond. Down low for Somero, back across. Bond, a little bit too soft of a pass to load up the one-timer. Tipped with a high stick. We play on as Elmira does touch it first. Open ice for Ivashkin. Knocked down, and Binghamton will be on a 5-on-3 for the first time tonight.
We'll see how Binghamton's 5-on-3 responds. They've been liable to just playing with the puck and not getting shots on goal, so we want to see Binghamton throw the puck at the net and create rebounds with only 3 defenders on the ice.
14:28 time in the penalty. It's another tripping call. This time it goes against 17 Cooper Bowman. 5-on-3 for the Black Bears, and Binghamton will elect to call their timeout with 5:32 left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity for the Black Bears, and Coach Sherwood wants to make sure they get it right, because a goal here would almost certainly put this game too far out of reach for Elmira.
It's a good opportunity for the Black Bears to really reclaim this lead. And we talked about it coming out of the Excite Motorsports intermission report, Cole, is you didn't want to coast through this third period. You want to stay active. Binghamton with 6 shots so far this period to Elmira's 20.
Yeah, the River Sharks have definitely come out as the team with more of a jump than the opponents wearing green and black, but Binghamton still leads on the scoreboard, and they need to make sure they skate away with a win here, because anything less than 3 points would be pure disappointment.
And there's actually a look at Tyson Kirkby. Great work by the camera crew. Can we go back to that, guys? If possible down there. Thank you. Tyson Kirkby, right side of your screen, player assistant coach. So pads off, suit back on. He's talking with assistant coach Tom Reynolds and head coach Brant Sherwood. Excellent job by the video guys, as always. 5-on-3 for the Black Bears, their first one of the night. Bond, lot of space, and it's tipped in by Brendan Stanko. Grabbing the momentum right back for the Black Bears. Stanko now a 4-point night for Binghamton.
Well, we're starting to get used to multiple point nights from Brendan Stanko as he just gets a tip from his former college teammate Dakota Bond. And I'm sure the Adrian College Bulldogs have had that play happen once or more in their tenure together. So Coach Sherwood has got to be more than happy. And you know who else has got to be happy, Brooks? Coach Kirkby.
Yeah, good use of a timeout right there.
Yeah, it worked.
So Smith over to Stanko, Smith to Bond. And Bond shot redirected by Stanko. So Connor Smith now with 3 helpers on the night. How about that for the Cowboy?
Cowboys wrangling some assists.
Brennan Stanko, second of the game, and now is officially on Stadium 138 watch. Trying to send everybody home with another coupon. Yates behind the net, and 1:15 of power play time for the Black Bears still to work with. Ray will trade places with Jesse Anderson, and now back up to Gavin Yates, who is manning the point. Back over to Ray, sent it wide on the short side, looking for his second of the night. His first multi-goal game just eludes him. Anderson back down near the goal line for Gavin Yates. Pulls it back up top. Offense gets rotating. In the slot, Logar scores. Gavin Yates with another beautiful assist. But Andrew Logar picks up his third of the night, third of the season. And the Black Bears now 8 on the board.
And it looks like his old friend Stephen Ford was trying to have a conversation about how good that goal was. Instead, he'll get himself an early exit. And Andrew Logar, with his third of the season, just picks it up right in front of the net. Not hard to score goals when you're in front of the net, Brooks, and especially when you're camped out there. Net front presence guys always seem to have a lot of goals. So good for Andrew Logar, and the Fletcher-Ray Logar line has found some chemistry, even though that pass came from Gavin Yates.
So after Elmira had 3 straight goals and got people a little bit quiet, still thinking that they had a little bit of hope, Binghamton reclaims a 5-goal lead here with under 5 minutes left to go in regulation time. Fletcher dumps it in cross side corner. And when these teams combined for 10 goals in the first game of the season, and then 7 in game 2, they combined for 11 here in game number 3 of the season series.
Get these fans 2 coupons to Burger King, Brooks.
I wish it worked that way. What a play by Tommy Ray. Then the pass couldn't be handled by Fletcher. Self-pass off the wall was on the top of your screen. Now down low. Ray fetching it out of the corner and makes its way up to JT Walters. Binghamton now up to 37 shots. So a 10-minute misconduct for Stephen Ford.
You saw it on your screen. He had a little conversation with Andrew Logar, and that'll end his night.
He does not like Andrew Logar.
No, definitely not. I think that's a safe assumption. Although they could have just been talking about how nice Andrew Logar's goal was, Brooks.
I don't think that's what Ford was talking about, but it was an A for effort. 3:11 left to go here, cutting through the middle of the ice. Brett Parker, I feel like he's been on the ice the entire night for Coach Church and Coach Merkel. Back up to Asp, his shot denied by McAnanama, and he wants to melt it down himself. Taking our final time out of the night. 3 minutes left to go here. Binghamton 8, Elmira 3. Right back after this.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Don't forget to join the Black Bears at the next home game. Cole won't be with us, but ours still be here. 6 p.m. Thanksgiving Eve, or Wednesday before Thanksgiving. New term that's being thrown around. 6 p.m. special start time against the Danbury Hat Tricks. It'll be a 3-game series week against the Hat Tricks in Binghamton Friday and Saturday. Everybody's off on Thanksgiving. Spend time with your families. And then Friday, we are in the Danbury Ice Arena for the 3rd time this season.
Brooks, you seem too excited that I won't be there on Thanksgiving Eve. But
Nope.
I'll let it go.
Not true at all. I like having a color partner more than doing games solo. 2:30 left to go here. Smith trying to get his stick back from Pickford. Referee trying to tell him to let it go. Stanko now over to Smith. This is on sides for the Black Bears, trying to spring Ivashkin. Toe drag by Smith, sent it high over the crossbar. And that was a rocket from Connor Smith.
Yeah, it looks like Pickford put a little mustard on Connor Smith's stick as he got that one off and running in a hurry. Connor Smith was mad at himself that he missed that too. I think he saw a lot of net to shoot at and wasn't happy that he couldn't find it.
Crowd getting excited about the YMCA, the tunes of the Village People. Not necessarily a country song, but we'll allow it. Here, great job from our friend Aria, doing a great job on the fan cam tonight. As always, no icing here. Soilers first to the dot. Pinned up against the wall by Jesse Anderson. 120 seconds left to go here in this one. Vartiainen trying to dance around Somro. Makes its way towards the net. Side of the net. Liam Anderson softly glides it over to Austin Thompson, but not at. Oh, Vartiainen missed it. I spoke too soon. I assumed he was going to keep that in. Somro back over to Yates outside the dots. Black Bears looking for one more. And off the blocker of Rodrigue, Liam Anderson jumping the rush still, up by 5. But he has a man covering for him. It's Gavin Yates. Takes a look up at the clock. Knows what he's dealing with. And probably the final line change of the night coming up for the Black Bears here as the new defensemen roll out. Yates dancing around the blue line, trying to get it past Vartiainen. And Somro actually threw the stick back to the opposing player. Little signs of sportsmanship there. Nifty little play. 1 minute left to go here in the period. Chased after by Elmira. And got a penalty coming up here. And high sticking is the call. 47 seconds left. JT Walters doesn't believe it. But Elmira will get another power play to end the night.
Yeah, but this one will be truncated, so if the Black Bears can just finish off the 47.7 seconds remaining, their penalty kill percentage will increase even higher.
19-13 time in the penalty. Get a look at this Heinz Energy replay here. And I think when Walters went for that little hit, and Walters has been given the gate, 47 seconds early, so he'll be the first man to the shower. Connor Smith will serve the remainder of this penalty. Here, this is Elmira's 10th power play of the night. So Walters 2 for high sticking and then 10 for misconduct for a little extra verbiage. McAnanamaw saw that dump-in attempt and just gloved it. Elmira will outshoot Binghamton tonight because I don't see the Black Bears getting 5 more shots on goal. in the final 26 seconds, but game misconduct for Walters, as there was a correction there. Frank Perney being honest. Keaton staying on his toes. 20 seconds left to go here, and then the celebration will commence. Pickford shot seen by McAnanamaw, and the rebound cleared out by Dan Stone to a vacated blue line spot. Final entry for Elmira. Binghamton remains undefeated in regulation time. Wilson's pass doesn't get across. One beautiful play at the end of the game. And the Black Bears control the beginning, control the middle. Elmira pushes back a little bit, but grabs 2 power play goals at the end. Elmira falls to 3-4-0 on the year. They stay at 7 points. Binghamton remains atop of the league and atop of the D division, as they now are 7-0-3 through 10 games.
You got to look at Coach Tom Reynolds sporting the cowboy hat, but everything the Black Bears can be happy about tonight. They win a game 8-3. Their power play looks awesome. Their penalty kill looks awesome. So the Black Bears are, when they celebrate, are certainly going to be happy.
Binghamton wins, final count 8-3. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got the La Quinta Inn & Suites post-game show coming up right after this.
The Binghamton Black Bears are back in action on Wednesday, November 22nd at 6 p.m. to take on the Danbury Hat Tricks. It's a special Thanksgiving Eve game, perfect for the entire family. Grab those tickets now at binghamtonblackbears.com. We can't wait to see you there.
Advancements in new clinical therapies are made possible by heroes like you. Velocity Clinical Research is looking for volunteers to participate in clinical research studies. Compensation is provided. There's a Velocity location near you on Upper Front Street in Binghamton. Learn more about participating and becoming a Velocity medical hero today.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Well, that's gonna be a good thing. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Welcome back in to the La Quinta Inn & Suites post-game show. The 3 stars making their way out there on the ice. Connor Smith was the 3rd star of the night with a goal and 2 assists. And once again, Brendan Stanko, the 1st star. Gavin Yates there in the middle. We'll talk about those in a little bit. Brought to you by our friends over at Rocco Testani Budweiser. Black Bears probably going to enjoy a cold Bud here tonight as they dominate the Elmira River Sharks 8-3 here. Cole, your thoughts?
Well, maybe a cold Bud, maybe a cold Henny, Brooks, but a huge game from the Black Bears, just showing why they're one of the premier teams in this league. They're on top of the division for a reason. They extend their lead over the Motor City Rockers to 5 points, and the power play looked like something to fear tonight, Brooks.
Yeah, special teams really paved the way. Both teams, Elmira goes 0 for their first 7 on the power play. That included 2 5-on-3 opportunities. They do grab 2 of their last 3. They finished the night 2 for 10, 20%. Not terrible in the grand scheme of things, 20%, but when you get 10 power plays, you definitely want to be a little bit closer up to that 40% to be competitive.
Yeah, you know my golden rule, Brooks. You got to equal 100 with your penalty kill and your power play. And what did they go, 2 for 10, you said?
Yep, so that's 20%.
Only going 2 for 10 is not going to get
and
you
then
near
Binghamton's power play on the other side of things, 4 of 5. So 80% on their power play. So Elmira special teams add up to 40% tonight. Binghamton 4 for 5 on their power play. That's 80. And they're also 80% on the penalty kill tonight as well. So they're at 160. So good rule of thumb there for the Black Bears, brought to you by our friend Cole.
Say they're doing pretty well there, Brooks. Up to 160, almost up to 200, but that would be tough.
So a lot of points dished out tonight. here in this one.
Brooks,
Go ahead.
What is Pete doing? I thought we said no more Morgan Wallen around this Black Bear team.
I heard it was a special request from Trevor.
Oh, my goodness.
Through a rumor in the grapevine. So we're go with that. So the final the final 4 goals of the night come on the power play, believe it or not. Logar Stanko for the Black Bears. Martin Mucha from Elmira does grab 2 to make it, at the time, what seemed like a respectable score. The last Mucha goal made it 6-3. But Binghamton prevails 5-on-3 opportunity. A lot of penalties in this one. Not too many teams are going to be excited about that, but Binghamton will take the 3 points in regulation. Now with 24 on the year, still sit atop of the FPHL. Motor City idle tonight in the out-of-town scoreboard. We're going to take a look at that on the other side of a timeout. So Motor City will have a game in hand against Binghamton after tonight. But Binghamton does pick up 3, and that's what you need. 3 points, 3 points, 3 points as they get ready for their matchup against the Watertown Wolves. We're talking about the 3 stars of the game, the out-of-town scoreboard, and tie a bow up here on Country Night here in Binghamton. We'll be right back after these messages.
You can experience gig speeds with Greenlight Networks. Our reliable fiber connection provides fast, affordable internet, so you can accomplish more in less time. We're expanding coverage in many places in the Southern Tier, and we want to be your internet provider. Visit greenlightnetworks.com and click on Check Availability to see if we're in your area. Greenlight Networks. Fast, affordable internet in your hometown.
For discounted name brand clothing and footwear for the whole family, Homer Men and Boys Store is the place to shop. In business since 1951, our woman-owned family business is known for treating their customers like family. And there's nothing more important to us than backing every sale with friendly service. Come visit us to see the largest pair of jeans in the world. Come see what we have for you.
Welcome back in. La Quinta Inn & Suites post-game show. La Quinta Inn & Suites at 581 Harry L. Drive. Perfect place to plan your next day here in the Southern Tier. Might be coming into town for Thanksgiving with the next Black Bears home game as you get a look at the video board in the arena clearing out pretty quick here tonight. 6 p.m. special start time on Wednesday night. Black Bears pregame show brought to you by Triple Cities Family Dental. Will be live around 5:45 with myself and Alex Jones filling in for Cole. See, last year it used to be Cole filling in for Alex, and now it's Alex filling in for you. That's got to feel pretty good.
Well, yeah, thanks to Alex. He's still with us, helping me get to where I am right now. And he showed me kind of, he taught me the ropes, Brooks, you and Alex together. And so thanks to you and thanks to Alex is why I'm here, and I'm very appreciative.
Well, we're appreciative of all the hard work that you put in. Let's get to the 3 stars of the game brought to you by Rocco Testani. Budweiser. Connor Smith, 3 assists on the night. No goal to show for the Cowboy, but 3 helpers earns him the bronze star of the night, or a bronze buckle in his case. Gavin Yates, the 2nd star with 4 points, a goal, and 3 helpers, takes home the silver medal. And the 1st star for the 5th time this season, Brendan Stanko. 2 goals and 2 assists, and can't get enough of Brendan Stanko this season as he continues to lead the way for the Black Bears in points.
He's just so fun to watch out there, Brooks. The confidence I've mentioned a million times is just oozing out of Brendan Stanko. He looks like a completely different player than who we saw in those 5 games, I think it was, or 3 games last season. He just looks like a professional hockey player. Not to say he didn't look like it last year, but he really looks like he is on his game and ready every night he comes to the rink.
That he is, and we will get to see Stanko and the rest of the Black Bears tomorrow night from the Watertown Municipal Arena. Remember, myself and Cole will not be there. So we will be doing a watch-along, live reaction, mini play-by-play, picture-in-picture, all of that in a bag of chips on the Black Bears YouTube page tomorrow night. Game starts at 7:30. We'll probably go live around 7:15. We'll be in the chat interacting with the fans. You can ask us questions about the game, about the Black Bears, about anything else really, and if we can answer it, we'll help you out. So make sure to tune in tomorrow night to the Black Bears YouTube page. We'll be coming live from the 3rd floor offices for the first time in franchise history. For super producer Peter, Josh, and his video team, EJ, down on the concourse level with social media, my partner Cole Parenti, I'm Brooks Hill, signing off. For everybody here at the Binghamton Black Bears, we will be back tomorrow night, 7:15, as the Black Bears try to get 3 more points against the